Good morning and welcome to Mid-America Outdoors. We are here for round 2 of our side-by-side championship series. I'm Pam Hall. Alongside of me is Scott Rain. We have an awesome day of racing. We're getting ready to go live here shortly. Scott, today's going to be a great day.
The weather will look kind of sketchy last night. Storms came through, blew out real fast. In fact, the water truck was on the track this morning. That's how little rain we got. But, yeah, first race is at the line. They're ready to go. We just had opening ceremonies down trackside. Yes. I know you've been doing a ton of homework getting ready for this round of racing. And, like she said, weather's great. Track is perfect. Races are ready. And everything almost seems like just a little bit too organized.
It's awesome. I love it. So first off the line this morning is going to be our expert turbo class. They are going to do 4 laps. We will later on show you guys a map of the race course. But we have going off the line this morning in that expert turbo class, we are going to have the number 13 of Jonas Fisher from Tulsa, Oklahoma, 14H Harley Holland from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the number 27, Mr. Cash LaCroix in his brand new built car. So this is going to be exciting, out of Guntersville, Alabama. The 31 of Matt Hector, 43 of Justin Berube of Sherman, Texas, 47 of Rusty Pipes, 73 Pablo Jimenez, 81 Ian Lane, 88 Christopher Smith, 88 also Caleb Edmonds, the 222 of Justin Farmer, 261 Grant Stevens, 444 Mickey Schroeder, 479 Christopher Welch, 894 of Austin Braden, 909 of Eric Vaughn, and the 917 of Kendra Hoop.
Well, here's the thing to keep in mind, too. They're not all starting at the same time. Correct. We're going to have waves. So I believe there's going to be, looks like 4 cars, I think it is, starting, or 6 cars starting in the first wave. 8 cars starting the first wave. They'll take off, and I want to say it's like 30 seconds later, the second wave will come up the line, and they'll take the green flag. And I believe there's 3 waves, I guess you'd say,
it depends
in the first race.
Yeah, it depends on how many, because like you said, they can only do 8. Last round, we were doing 10 wide. They have done some track upgrades. They actually have a nice starting grid that they're working on building down there that they now are fitting 8 across. So, it just depends on how many cars are entered in that heat race to be able to do the.
Yeah, I'm looking down now. It looks like there's 3 lines of cars. The first one is off the line. Whoa, quick jump by the 14. Soft right-hand turn up the steep hill. It's very hard to tell the grade of that hill as they go into that first left-hander. And there it is, the HMF hole shot.
So the whole shot will be for race on our main races.
Events, yeah.
But yeah, they will get the whole shot for sure. Oh, somebody bicycled right there. Cannot quite see their numbers. We're going to do the best we can with seeing the numbers of these cars, and once our timing loop gets put up, we will know also as well. I think that is the 81 of Ian Lane that got that whole shot, though.
And there goes the second wave off the start.
So the expert turbo class, so what they do when they go off the start of the line, they do go up a decent steep grade. They come down into the hole shot. They do curve around, and then they go up into what we are calling the Talladega turn. It is a very steep horseshoe shaped. Then they do, once they get down the Talladega, they make a fairly decent sharp right-hand turn into the rhythm section. Right now they are getting ready to go into the tabletops right after they do the creek crossing.
And there's the third wave off the line. 5 cars going into turn 1 up the hill. That tight left-hander. Already 1 car showing a ton of smoke. 2 cars are showing smoke. Let's see, did one come to a stop even?
It looks like there is 3 cars up there on the top. We didn't quite see exactly what happened here.
And it looks like there is only going to be 3 waves of cars coming off the line. So everybody's on the course right now racing. And it's amazing after the weather we had last night and a little bit of this morning that we're seeing dust.
There are 17 cars out on track of what we have as the entry list for the Expert Turbo. All right, and across the line is that number 18. I need to get this timing up here. We'll get it up on the screen here in just a bit.
They've had, I think it's been 3 short practice sessions since yesterday.
And on screen there you have the 88, and that is the Mr. Cash LaCroix on screen there, battling it out. Going into those tabletops, which that tabletop area is now called the Ultimax spillway. And those tabletops, there's 3 of them there. One of them is 80 feet long. There is action all over the course here. We have a good battle that is getting ready to go into the Talladega turn here in just a moment between 3 different cars. You can hear the turbos on the cars behind us here.
First off, we got to welcome everybody back home, wherever you're at watching us. Thank you so much for tuning in early this morning for our Expert Turbo Class race, the first one off the line. Already we've got Billy Shaw checking in, wishing Ryder and Robert Van Beekum the best of luck here today. And again, both Pam and I like to invite anybody watching us to check in. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. And we'll try our best to call you out all afternoon long. And if you have any questions, we'll do our best also to answer them the best we can. And as we go back to racing action, you can see cars are kind of stretched out a little bit between. Yeah.
Yes, they are. I'm trying to get my live timing up here because that will tell us who's in that number 1 position. We can give you guys at home the link as well to be able to watch, if you would like to watch the live link, what we watch here on the live show here at Mid-America.
Man, you can't ask for better temperatures right now.
Oh, it's nice.
I want to say 70, 71 maybe right about now.
It's probably roughly around that. It's a beautiful day out here. Like you were talking about the weather earlier, I was a little worried at 3 o'clock this morning. I woke up to
thunder and lightning.
Lots of thunder.
It made me smile. It really did.
Looks like that might be Cash LaCroix off to the side there. There was a yellow flag. I believe that is Cash.
Just as you say that, Trey Moore checks in and go get him Cash.
I can't confirm, but I'm pretty sure that was Cash LaCroix. He has that brand new built Johnny Greaves Polaris. Greaves Motorsports built that for him. It's a pretty sweet little car. We were down here the other day watching him do some testing in Thunder Alley, and man, that thing was ripping it. He is fast in that car. Being 13 years old, that kid is very well experienced. On screen right there, that is the Talladega turn that we were talking about earlier. It doesn't give you any justice of how steep that hill actually is, but it is definitely, we actually did it in a Ford F-250 Super Duty the other day, so we could do it in that truck, so these cars have no issue doing it. But it definitely is super steep and downhill. The camber, when it goes right, you just want to make sure you're set up for it as well.
Yeah, right. Just as it looks like you got a fan. Brian Stone checks in from Pennsylvania. Says hi, Pam.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Pam. Just so you know, Brian, she's smiling. All her pearly whites.
Thank you for tuning in. It's an exciting racing is going to be happening all day long here.
The course itself is right around, I don't know if it's just over 2 miles in length.
That is a nice battle going on right there. I believe that was the 81 right there of Ian Lane in that Can-Am. And that is one of the tabletops. So there are 3 tabletops on the backside. And what's so crazy about the tabletops on the backside, the first one that you take, it's, pretty smooth. You can hit it at a higher speed. The second tabletop that you come up to, it has a little bit of a lift, a little bit of a lip at it. So you have to make sure you're super cautious of it and don't take it too hard. We did see
almost
last
a brake
race,
check kind of thing.
Remember last race, Tyler Rimreed, he launched off of it. He ended up flat landing on the other side of the jump. He was on it. So right here we have lap 2, so we have Mickey Schroeder in the 444 in second, Austin Braden in third position right now. We have quite an entry list for womenens.
And we were watching lap times last weekend that we were here, and the lap times.
They're very close.
Yeah, there's not a big difference between the boys and the girls, not without a doubt, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's super cool to see them. And then, the young girls that are in the 170 classes that are going to be moving up, they look up to the women's class. They can't wait till they're there.
Have you checked out a driver's meeting? All the drivers are there, and everybody's basically in their fire suits because they're going to the line right after that meeting. here's all these little girls in these real cute little fire suits, just big eyes watching all the women in fire suits.
Exactly.
Just kind of like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Super cool. And then there's a lot of parents out here that are racing, and their kids are racing as well. I know how that is. I've been in those shoes, so it's just super cool to see family racing out here.
Yeah, Christian Hall checks in from Bozeman, Montana. Bill Shaw, once again from Las Vegas. Go R&R Steel.
That's my husband. He went to Moab, and then he's at our friend's house.
In Bozeman?
Yes, and then he will be coming home. But it was a trip that was planned before we planned on doing this racing series. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. And on screen, that is the 81 of Ian Lane in the yellow Can-Am. And right in front of him, I'm not sure what that car number was.
Well,
but those are the tabletops. You can see those tabletops.
Best comment so far of the day.
That's the
Not
88.
complaining, but do you all have some lighting? You all look like shadows on the stream. It's like, you know what? Are you sure you want to see what we look like?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm being a girl, and I don't want to get sunburned. So put the awning out early because it's hot out here. Because we're going to be out here all day long. So we started racing just now at 10 o'clock in our heat races. Then we'll be moving on to our main events. So there is a lot of racing going on. So that was the 894 that just went behind us, Austin Braden.
So what's interesting about this is our
47. That is Rusty Pipes right there.
That is his name.
Yes, it is his name. I met him last night. And that's the 81 of Ian Lane.
He's out of Batavia, Ohio.
917. That is Kendra Hoop, and she is a Mid-America Outdoors ambassador. So we'll get some lap times here shortly, and we'll find out who it is that is.
And, and what's neat about this, this is truly a national series. Looking at the lineup of the drivers out here, Oklahoma, obviously, we're in their home state, Alabama, Indiana, Canada, Texas, Louisiana, Colorado, Ohio, Florida, South Carolina, Arkansas. I mean, they're from all over the darn place. So
what's really cool, too, throughout the day, we will be up here doing our live show. We've asked people to come up and talk to us as well. But Tiffany Stone, she's going to be down there, and as soon as the winners come off, they're gonna grab their off-the-track interview really quick, get those emotions, and then later on at 6 o'clock tonight, we will be doing the award ceremony for all of the classes. So our next race off the line is going to be our amateur turbo class. That is a great class right there. There's some young ones in that class. Then we have some older, we don't have their ages, but we have some older people in the classes too. But we have the number 6 of Morgan Vanover, the 24 of Zach Vetter, 39 Sean Murphy, 41 of Lee Knowles, 56 Jason Nichols, 57 of John Calagrew, 82 of Justin Moore, 93 Kyle Arknow, 99 of Jason Jones, the 314 of Katie Thomas, the 321 of Hank Hall, 369 Andrew Allison.
She says that with a spark in her eye.
With the 447 of Cooper Stewart and the 613 of Jacob Mangus. And we are going to go down to Tiffany right now. She has an interview.
Well, the first one's done and out of the way. How was it for you this morning?
I have to say, a little bit nerve-wracking. It was my first one ever as well.
And talking about that, obviously, we had some rain last night. The track conditions are coming out perfectly. And with this being your first time exactly, what was going through your head?
I hope these tires don't go flat.
And when we talk about that, obviously, we still got the main later on. What did you learn from this heat right here?
I learned to trust my car. It's the first time driving this thing, basically.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you, Matt. See you on later today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Miss Tiffany Stone and Scott. On to our next class.
Yeah, it doesn't take. I mean, they just blitz through these races because there's so many of them all day long, and it's crazy because there's so many different divisions. But yet, as we talk, go throughout the day, the classes get a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster, and we end up at the end of the day with the big dogs.
Exactly. You can see them all lined up on screen right there, and like you were saying,
the brand new starting gates.
Yes, the brand new starting gates. I think it's super awesome. That they came in and they built that, and they're still working on it.
So, okay, I'm going to key on 321 of Hank Hall out of North Carolina.
He is off the line there.
Let's see. He's third headed up the hill, it looks like. On the inside, now left-hand turn.
He is third.
Just to let everybody know, that is the son of my partner right here. But yes, he's just to remind you, he's in a red car.
He is in a red car, for sure.
He pulled the whole shot last week into racing in round 1, and she didn't want to believe it. She couldn't believe it.
I had no idea.
Are you sure it's a red car? Are you sure?
I believe that's the 82 of Justin Moore in that RS1 that is in that number 1 position there. And a Can-Am was in there. Here goes the second line off here.
Wow, talk about separation. And I can't believe we're seeing dust.
So we have 15 cars that just took off the line for our heat race number 2.
Well, this is where I come in and my kind of like how this whole thing works. I don't like to call them motos, but it's lack of a better way of doing it. How we're doing it is that's best way. This is for lineup for the main event later this afternoon. How they're going to finish. Is it done by time?
The lineup is done by time, but on track is when it is by position.
So when how they finish.
Right.
So if I remember right, last night in the drivers' meeting, first place in Heat 1 gets pole position.
Right.
First place in Heat 2 gets second position. Then when there's 2 heat races. So second place in Heat 1 gets third.
Yes.
Second place in Heat 2 gets fourth on down the line. Okay.
Exactly.
So hopefully, hey, Kenny Mash is checked in. Hope you're doing well, man. Enjoy watching all your posts about your racetrack. I don't know what the heck you're doing, but you need to get back on the track yourself with 4 wheels and a roll cage and get out here to Jay, Oklahoma, man. This is awesome. So we've got we added 3 or 4 new cameras to the course, so plus drones.
We do. I believe they said we have 5 drones on course.
5? Wow.
Oh, wow. Somebody just went on the inside of that turn there. So it looks like we do have the 82 is in number 1, Justin Moore. Hank Hall is in that second position right now. And on screen, they are in that Talladega turn. So on screen, the 82, Justin Moore, now the timing is up there. We'll get their lap times
they haven't completed a lap yet, so there's no lap time to register.
Hank Hall's in that number 2 position. We'll find out that 3rd position here momentarily.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Kenny, this track has got your name written all over, man. You got to get out here, bud. Boy, nice tight racing in wave. I'll call it heat race 1.
It is heat
4
race.
cars. Wow.
314 right there that just crossed up behind us here. And that is Katie Thomas. You can see right there on screen the rhythm section. That's the end of it right there. Now they're going into that right-hand turn. They will be going into a step-up. They did do a little bit of change out on course towards the end of the track, towards the finish line. They made another little step up for them to jump. It's pretty cool out there.
It's really neat how they did that. It's almost like a rendition of the Red Bull straight rhythm. When they used to have it, you can see on the right side of the screen right now how they it's not a rhythm. It's actually off rhythm.
Right.
So your timing has to be just right for each single one.
Exactly.
You can double one. Or actually, you can double 2 of them, but if you screw up just a little bit, it'll just kick you sideways.
Right.
And going into that tight left-hander then at the end of that straightaway.
And on screen right there, that is Justin Moore. They are hitting the tabletop jumps on the backside in the Ultimax spillway. That's a really cool section back there. It's fast. It's fun. And they are doing 4 laps. So they'll do 4 laps fastest time, like you said. And that is Justin Moore right there.
And I want to say that is the finish line right there. You see how the arch is and the inflatable on the right side there?
Yes.
You see 2 flags? That's the finish line.
And that is our Raceline Ridge. So Raceline Ridge right there.
And they've got a cool water truck. You see that thing this morning out there?
Yeah, they have some really cool stuff. The 56 right went behind us back here, Jason Nichols.
So you can see how the track is changing. Just look at the different colors of the dirt. The real tan light color is the dry, dusty areas where it's almost orangey brown. That's where the moisture is, and that's where the traction is. And I found out walking the pits yesterday and last night, there's such a diverse theory on what kind of tires work here.
I know there's so many different people running so many different tires. Definitely
everything
out here.
From a Hoosier tire that looks like it comes off a sprint car to a street tire, a car tire that you bought down at an auto parts store in town here.
Tire.
Yeah, and they groove them. So it's really interesting to see how these guys work it. And there was one guy that came off the track last night after practice with 2 bald tires. Both of them just bald.
You wouldn't think that, but out here on the track, it does get a blue groove going.
Really
and they're
abrasive.
Harding, they're running hard because they want to know how their lap. It looks like right there was the 2:61. I'm not sure who that might be. The last race was just pulling their car off course. It was Grant Stephen. You could see in the corner of the camera. But right now, that is Justin Moore is still out there in that number 1 position. So Justin Moore from Stevensville, Texas. He's out there in a Polaris RS1. John Calagrew is in that number 2 position in the number 57. This is all on timing. So Justin Moore has a 44.799 lap time. That's awesome. That's a good lap time right there. Jason Nickel, the number 56.
Sandra Shipley checks in. She says, go, Justin.
All right, and the 57 and 82.
Wow.
So the 57 of John Calagrew and then the 82 of Justin Moore just came through.
Somebody just cut the course. I mean, it looked like it was a split lane.
Yeah, the couple cars have done that. I've been noticing, watching up on the live screen here. So we have Katie Thomas on screen. Nice little battle coming through timing just now.
Justin Moore's that second car you see on the course right there on camera. Yeah,
the 3 cars that just came through the start-finish line was Jacob Mangus, Sean Murphy, and Lee Knowles. That was a good 3-way battle going on there. I spoke with Lee Knowles a couple days ago out here. It's awesome to get out here when the drivers are arriving and getting all set up, trying to make my way around the pits and meet everybody. And that is the 57 on screen there of John Calagrew. Now we do have a split time. There's 2 loops out there. 2
loops. One is the far end of the race course, just after that left-hand turn of the rhythm section. There's one there, then obviously at the start-finish line. So, and we're going to be adding, as the season goes on, and we start accruing more. Yeah, we'll be putting more out there.
So Justin Moore, he's back in that number 2 position. He's been running in first position this whole time. And he is now in that number 2 position. Yeah, Cooper Stewart is in running 6th. Sean Murphy is in that 7th position. John Calagrew in number 2. Justin Moore. Jason Nichols 4th. Morgan Vanover 5th. Hank Hall 6th. Not sure on the lap times here. Okay, so they're doing a split time on our screen here. So lots of battles going on. And here coming through the checkered flag will be that number 57 of John Calagrew. He got that number 1 position just now in race number 2. Second position is Justin Moore, the number 82 in his Polaris RS1.
Just want to quick mention some. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. In that 3rd position, Katie No, that was not Katie Thomas. That was the 56 of Jason Nichols that came through in that 3rd position. 6th position is Morgan Vanover. It's a 613 of Jacob Mangus.
Man, they're all Can-Ams.
I know. There's only 2 Polarises out there. My kid's in one, and then Justin Moore, 82, who just got 2nd position, is in that 2nd. He's in an RS1. Well, this is a turbo class, so I'm not sure if he has a turbo RS1 or if he just rebuilt it to be a single seat.
Well,
Polaris.
take care of
that takes care of race
number 2.
Yep.
So just some upcoming events to think about real quick if you want to knock this off your bucket list. Coming up on May 27th and 30th, that's Memorial Day weekend. We're going to have round 3 of Mid-America Off-Road Racing and the Pit Bike Series round number 4, as well as America Pro Rock Racing going on that weekend. right here at Mid-America Outdoors. And then the big one, what everyone's looking forward to, is oh, I'm sorry. Let's go trackside now to Tiffany Stone. Tiffany.
All right, Tiffany, coming to you in 3, 2, 1.
Well, John, it's a beautiful day, and you're getting your helmet on or off right now, but it's always good to chat with you. We've talked before. The weather conditions are perfect right now. The rain came through, made the track pristine. What was it like from your view?
Honestly, it was awesome. This morning in practice, it was slick, but after a few more practice rounds and a couple races, it's awesome out there.
Awesome. And now going into the final for your main later on today, what'd you learn so far?
Nice and smooth.
Nice and smooth.
Smooth wins the race.
Perfect. Well, I'll let you get back there. And like John was saying, everybody, nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany. Once again, the upcoming events, don't forget, you want to knock off this place off your bucket list. These are the weekends to do it. May 27th through 30th, it's Memorial Day weekend. We've got round 3 of the Mid-America Outdoors Side-by-Side Championship Series. June 17th and through the 19th, we got Pro Rodeo as well as round 4 of the Side-by-Side Series. And then what everyone's kind of gearing one eyeball on right now. We're watching. Yeah, exactly. We're watching. Obviously, the next 2 rounds coming up, but one eye's on Visions coming up July 13th through the 17th. Go to our website, check it out. God, we got lots of racing to go. We're just scratching the surface of the start of the season so far.
Exactly, we are. And we are on race number 3 right now. We are on the 170 class, the 9 through 12 age.
Yeah, we're going to downshift just a little bit.
We are. It's they do not race the full course that the larger vehicles do. So they do have a little bit of a cutoff that they have been doing a pre-run on and everything. But they are going to do 4 laps as well.
Okay, and here's our lineup as they come out onto the course, getting ready and staging. In the 3C from Manola, Oklahoma, Case Beeman. Tillman Ewing is in the 06 from Tupelo, Mississippi. He's in a Polaris. Let's see, in the 18, Anson Caraway from Blue Ridge, Texas, in a Polaris. Another driver in a Polaris, Damian Shamblin in the 37, out of Oklahoma City on the Polaris, B.A. Smith. In the 56, Avery Sides out of Sanger, Texas. And Caden Graham in the 57 from Sand Springs, Oklahoma. Coweta, Oklahoma is the home for Kennedy Singleton in the 71. Mia Cotto from Burleson, Texas in the 91. Mason Cotter from Norco, California.
Oh, wow.
Horsetown, USA. A lot of horses there.
They came far.
Mason's in the 110. In the 112 from Catoosa, Oklahoma, Connor Stowers. Wyatt Cotter from another driver out of California, yeah, making it a family affair this weekend in the 112. That's Wyatt. And then finally from Depew, Oklahoma, Paxton Yoshimoto in the 228.
And the first line is off. I love seeing these kids out here. Now, Tillman Ewing, he raced last weekend at the our Ultra 4 race. So he got second place out there with the 170 class.
All of a sudden, the little kids get out on the course, and people start checking in like crazy.
He's getting,
go Avery, go Mia,
right,
go Easton.
Exactly. So we went live for their race last weekend, and we had people that were not able to come. They were so excited. They were like, thank you guys for highlighting the kids. The kids have been re-watching their races, and that's exactly what they do when they leave here as well, is they go home and they re-watch their races. And parents that race, they go through it with them. But right now, they are on the backside. They will go on the tabletop jumps.
And the second wave just took off a moment ago. It's interesting, too, the spotters / parents took off. It was almost like a pit bike race behind them as the final wave took off on the course. And you see some of the parents out there right now as well. But, yeah, nice little string of racing going on in the first wave. From our vantage point, that's one of our drone shots right now you're watching.
Yeah, we will have, I believe, 5 different drones at some point out there. We do have a total of 5 cameras. We have 3 stills and two cameras moving. That's the information I had yesterday.
We need every camera we can get on a 2-mile-long course.
Yes, exactly.
There was a quick shot of
we'll get some timing here momentarily.
2/3 of the course. Yeah, they're going to be coming very close to the timing loop, which is located right at the start-finish line. Now, what's interesting is the starting line is not at the same place. It's like they take the green flag, but the timing loop doesn't start till they cross the finish line.
Right, exactly.
On the first lap. So they run almost a 3/4 of a lap before they're scored. Yeah,
yes.
exactly. So it's exactly like Crandon. if people are familiar with short course racing, that's what Crandon is like. You take the green flag, these guys going 110 miles an hour into turn 1.
Yes.
And they're beating and banging and all this kind of stuff, and they haven't even started scoring yet.
Exactly. So we have Anson Caraway. Her dad is out racing too. Kobe, he races in the class later on that we will talk about. But we have, kids that are out here that have been racing for years, and there's some that are new to this sport still. But the kids talking to them through the pits yesterday, they're all excited about this race. They love racing.
Did you notice some of their fire suits?
Yeah,
my gosh, are you guys getting ready for NASCAR? Man, they had the logos up and down all over the place, fancy stitching and all the bright colors.
Got to give the love where the love is due.
Wow. And one thing I've really noticed, we're about half, since the last time I was here, or I should say we were here, it was early in the spring, nothing on the trees yet, everything was still barren, no grass green. We're about halfway there right now, and it's so gorgeous. The leaves, things are turning green.
So let's go through our top 5 right now. We have Case Beeman in that number 1 position in the 3C. Second position, the 91 of Mia Cotto. Third position, the number 37 of Damian Chamblin. Fourth, the 112 of Connor Stowers. Fifth position, the number 56 of Avery Sides. Sixth, and B.A. Smith in the number 52. That is in Division 1. Division 2, we have Kennedy Singleton in the number 71 in that first position. Paxton Yoshimoto in the number 228 in that second position. And then Anson Caraway in that third position in the number 18. So that's where we're at right now on our Division 1, Division 2 in race number 3.
Yeah, they're scattered all over the course right now. We have one, let's see, there's actually one battle going on. I believe that would be in the second wave coming off the line. We're located, well, I wouldn't even know how to describe this. We're up on the hill looking down on probably 2/3 of the race course so we could see. But what a view. Oh, my gosh.
We can see the finish line when they're coming through the finish line. We can see the start. We cannot see up on the hill, though, that they go directly into
in the camera shot right now, we are to the right. Okay, now we're to the left of the screenshot, way up the very top corner. But this is the kind of place where bring Grandpa and Grandma along. They can hang out by the camper, put them on the hill underneath a tree, and they can just enjoy the weather while you guys go out there and race. It's like
exactly. And so you're talking about that, but down here also there are covered seating areas that they can come down here and sit. You don't even have to bring your own
patio decks. I mean, there's a couple of food trucks here.
And the food trucks are amazing. We also have the restaurant up there in the pro shop. That food is amazing.
Everything, like you said, is very, very good. I wouldn't call it a steakhouse, but the steaks are of that quality.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
It is.
Don and his staff. Oh, my gosh. Woof.
Don is an amazing chef up there. So, and today we have you and I, of course, up here in the booth, up here on the production trailer. We'll have Tiffany Stone, Miles Hasselquist down there at the finish line. And then we have Joey Beck and Matt Edmondson. They are down. They're talking live to our crowd. So
they're doing the PA. Yeah,
we're doing the PA. We have a great crew of people here this weekend. But we do have, like I said, Case Beeman just came through in that number 1 position today from in Oklahoma. So Miss Tiffany Stone here, whenever they get up there and set, she'll get us an interview with Case. Oh, from Enola, Oklahoma. I'm sorry. Quick look. Mia Cotto in that number 2 position, Damian Chamblin 3rd, Connor Stowers 4th, Avery Sides in that 5th position.
Now, that last race, let's see, the age, what were they, 9 to, I'm sorry, no, race 3. Yeah, there we go.
9 to 12.
9 to 12 years old. And there is an age limit, but I believe as we get ready for our next race, that is going to be the 6 to 8.
Yes.
Which will be, this is race number 4. And we'll do the lineup as soon as Tiffany Stone is done doing the winning interviews for the heat races. But, yeah, once again, they're coming from all over the place. This is truly a national series. And as we wait to go trackside, talk about what you've been really, really busy the last couple of weekends. You've been chasing the Ultra 4 series around.
Yes, Ultra 4, we were in Rush, Kentucky last weekend for a race. We're here this weekend for the Side-by-Side Championship Series with Mid-America. And in 2 weeks, we'll be on the West Coast racing in Prairie City for our first West Coast
They make
race.
it sound like Prairie City makes it sound like, well, it sounds like Miles Hasselquist now has got the microphone. Let's go trackside.
Miles, coming to you in 3, 2,
So I'm down here with Kennedy Singleton. You just ran this 170 race. It's a 2-mile lap out there. How much fun did you have?
It was really fun.
What was your favorite part of the track out there on the course?
The back part for sure.
Yeah, so you get a lot of speed back there. But when you're not out on the track, what's your favorite part about here at Mid-America Outdoors?
Getting to see the new things that they're doing.
It's pretty amazing what they do to put on in this race, isn't it?
Yes.
And obviously the racing's why you're here to have fun, but everything behind the scenes they do to put this thing on is just an amazing job they do, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, you did a great job in your first race. We'll get you back out there, get this car checked out, and have a lot of fun. So Kennedy Singleton, good luck on your next race, buddy. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Miles. And it's kind of cool to have him here. It's nice to see, it's kind of fun to see Miles out of his element because he's such a walking encyclopedia of information when it comes to Ultra 4 racers and that series.
Right.
That you put him in some place that he's kind of like not really keen to.
Right.
He's like, oh, he's such a fun personality and truly a caricature of this, a character of this series.
Right. Well,
but,
it's learning for sure.
Yeah. Let's go to our lineup now for race number 4. Here's our starters from Collinsville, Oklahoma. That's number 7, Jace Bisecki. 11 of Luke Anderson from Claremore, Oklahoma. Stroud, Oklahoma is the home for Tanner Thompson. You know that young guy, huh?
Yes.
And then the 22 is Caden Vanover from Claremore, Oklahoma. Maggie Flores in the 47Y from Houston, Texas. Another driver from Whitney, Texas is the 63 of Code St. Peter. We had a chance to talk to him last night.
Yes.
Kind of a cool little guy. Another one that's got one of those fancy fire suits.
Right.
Blaine Singleton from Coweta, Oklahoma in the 98. Easton Helms from Schulenburg, Texas in the 111s. Skiatook, Oklahoma is a home for Bentley Fagan in the 135. And Camden Ledbetter from Aluga, Oklahoma in the 356. That's our lineup. I'm not sure if we're going to turn them all loose all at one time with just a few numbers. We'll find out real quick.
Well, there's 10 of them on there, so they'll maybe.
There's 2 rows I can see from here.
Maybe they'll do 5 and 5 since there's 10. Or I'm not sure. Billy will be down there getting them all lined up. But it's so funny. This morning when we were at breakfast, as I was walking by, I saw a young kid in his fire suit eating his breakfast, getting his fuel for the day, and it was Easton Helms. And I've never talked to him, and he was super cute to talk to.
Our first wave is off the line going into turn 1.
And it looks like the number 21 of Tanner Thompson is the one that is out front right now. So he got a good start.
See, what I like about the start for the 170s is it's a straightaway.
It is
and they get a chance to separate before going to turn 1.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you'd see all kinds of banging and beating on these young drivers in their cars. And there's the start of second wave going into turn 1. And here comes the pit bike race of the parents and spotters.
Well, I'm not sure about here. I haven't clarified that. But like normally at other short course race series, the younger kids, well, normally you have to have a spotter. So, like right now, the kids, they need to have a spotter because it also helps them drive and helps them learn as they are racing.
And oftentimes, being a parent of a driver that used to be in the trophy carts, in the mod cart situation, that was the only time he ever listened was when he was being spotted. Take him home? Nah.
Right.
On the pits? Nah. But on the racetrack, your spotting for him is the only time he ever listened.
Exactly. And that looks like out front still is the number 21 of Tanner Thompson.
Yep. That will be confirmed. The second place is, let's see, is that
number
the
11 of Luke Anderson.
A little bit of a gap. Now, what's neat about this class also, you can't, with the limited horsepower, you can't drag race from turn 1 to turn 2.
No, you can't.
Brake, then drag race to the next turn, then brake. No, you have to learn how to carry the speed momentum through the corners, and that carries over to other classes as you get older along the way.
Exactly. So right now, coming through the start-finish line, we have Tanner Thompson, the number 21, in that first position. Luke Anderson, the number 11, in second. Brantley Fagan, the number 135, in third. Easton Helms in fourth position in the 111. Caden Vanover, the number 22, in that fifth position. And that is in the Division 1 of race number 4. Division 2, we have Code St. Peter, the number 63 in that number 1 position. Maggie Flores in the 47Y. Jace Buzetsky in the number 7 in that third position. Camden Ledbetter, the number 356 in fourth. And Blaine Singleton in that fifth position in the number 98. So that's how we're running right now.
What was really neat, I wasn't able to see the numbers, but I watched the racing action right here in the left-hand hairpin turn past the finish line. And well, we were talking about keeping that speed momentum to the corners. One, they came in side by side. One did that outside entrance, inside exit.
Oh, the inside-outside.
Yeah, made the pass on the inside and moved up one spot. It's like so neat to see little things like that out of a young driver, and it's like all of a sudden you could just tell the light bulb went off.
That's great seat time. And, you know, Johnny Greaves actually does courses for kids to learn, and other places around the United States, they do have little classes for the kids to go do and learn how to drive and better their skills. So some kids have done that. I'm not sure about these kids, but as you're talking about the inside-outside in those turns, passing, that's something they've either learned from their parent or they've learned from a driving school.
Or e-racing.
Or they just know. Or
iRacing.
iRacing.
Yeah.
That is very true. Very, very true. So
yeah, there's a pretty big gap now between just about every car out there in the race course right now. Well, we got a couple more people checking in. Matt Horton, go Damien. Belinda Shamblin also is go Damien. Marky Hutchinson, gas on it, Avery. Grandma is rooting for you.
I love it that the grandparents at home and people all over the United States that are not able to travel all the way here to watch the races, they are chiming in and tuning in. And as we always say is, you know, make sure you're watching the live feed, you know, here, or you can watch on YouTube. You can go to the MAO app, which is a great thing to have downloaded on your phone because you can go straight to the live streaming on that app. So we have number 1, Tanner Thompson.
Tanner's smoking the field right now.
Yep, they're getting the white flag as we speak. So you have Tanner Thompson still in that number 1 position. Code St. Pierre. He's picked it up, and he is actually running with the Division 1 that took off the line first in that first group because he started in that second group.
Yeah. I got to tell April, I got Belinda, Matt, Marky, go to the website, look at the future schedule. You guys don't watch us on the live stream. You got to be here personally to watch this thing. Be a part of the action here at Mid-America Off-Road. This
Outdoors.
is such a cool place.
And Caden Vanover in that 5th position there.
And by that time, the pool will be open. Maybe we'll set up there.
I doubt
you think
it.
They'll move
Poolside?
Yeah.
I couldn't set in water all day long.
I'd have no problem with it.
Give me a boat. I'll sit in a boat all day long.
You know, if the pool was big enough, I'm sure that Jason could find a way to make that happen.
Well, there is a lake house over here on the other side, but we wouldn't see any of this.
And it looks like here comes our winner off the course. And not slowing down one bit. That's the 21. That's Tanner.
Well, these little guys have to keep their momentum coming up
this
hill.
Yeah, got to make it up the hill, get off the track.
They did not get him stopped there. So maybe they'll catch the next one coming
There
through.
comes the 11.
Another 11 of Luke
63.
Anderson. 63 is Code St. Pierre. St. Peter.
You never correct a woman.
I
know you kept saying it, but I'm not going to correct a woman. Yeah, I don't care who you are. If you're my wife or not, I'm not going to correct you.
I have no idea why Kate keeps
I
saying
don't know.
And I
you
met
got this
him.
Canadian thing going on or something. I didn't know.
No idea. There's the 135 of Bentley Fagan.
Triple ones.
The 111 of Easton Helms. That's the little guy that I talked to at breakfast this morning. I love talking to these little guys, these little girls. So fun. All right. It sounds like Miles is down trackside. So down to you, Miles.
So we're back down here in the pits. We just got done running this. I'm down here with Code St. Peter's. Had a great race. How much fun did you have out there on the course?
Very fun.
So what's the funnest part of the track out there for you?
The jumps.
The jumps. Did you get a little hang time out there, buddy?
Yeah.
And who all is out here helping you at the races? I assume your mom and dad's out here?
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, you're running 2 separate classes as well, right? You're running the stock and the mod?
Yes.
Awesome, buddy. So lots of seat time, lots of family time, and that's what it's all about. What's your favorite part of the Mid-America Outdoors Park?
Drag race.
You like drag racing, huh? Are you going to come back and swim in the pool later this year as well?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, best luck. I know you're going to be a busy guy out there on course with 2 cars, so I'm going to let you get back to the pits and shake it all out. But Code St. Peter's, thanks for your time, buddy.
You're welcome.
Send it back to the booth.
Thanks a lot, Miles. And I can't help but think that Tiffany's losing out on a little bit of fun talking to little kids down here trackside.
I think it's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's having a blast.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's our lineup real quick. They're already at the line in staging for our next race. Again, this will be the 170 stock class, and we've got quite a few, looks like it might be 3 waves in this race. Starting on the pole, number 3 out of Ada, Oklahoma, it's Wesleyan Coates. And the number 3, the number 5 are Rossi Thomas from Lowell, Arkansas. Another Thomas from Lowell, Arkansas. It's the 6R of Ryder Thomas from Lakeshore Drive, Mississippi. Caroline Ewing in the 06. Carson Summerfield from Oklahoma. He's driving the 09. Is there an OK Oklahoma? Or is that just a OK Oklahoma?
They might have meant Oklahoma City, maybe.
Okay, that's a possibility. That's Carson Summerfield. And the 22 of Caden Vanover from Claremore, Oklahoma, is in the lineup. Starting alongside of Caden will be Heston Hess from Munster, Texas, in the 022. Paxton Shamblin from Burleson, Texas, in the 37 is starting next. And alongside of him will be Michael Green from Coweta, Oklahoma, in the 75. The 113 of Bear Medlin from Grove, Oklahoma, is in a Yamaha. Alongside of Bear is Haiti Cowan from Bristol, Oklahoma, in the 121. Blaze Medlin in the 122 from Grove. In the 126 is Carson Hill from Broken Arrow. I always like the name of that town, Broken Arrow. There's something cool about that. In the 612 will be Atlee Yoshimoto from Depew, Oklahoma. And our next 2 drivers, Emily Fowler from White Wright, Texas, and the 2011 of Aiden Ballinger from Fayetteville, Arkansas, on a Polaris. That's our lineup of the 170 stock. And again, drivers barely able to see over the steering wheel.
Right.
And they're out there racing illegally.
Able
to barely see over the steering wheel.
I mean, these kids are the future of our sport.
And they're just so people at home that have never seen it up front, close and personal, they are belted in just like, say, a NASCAR driver.
Yes.
They got the head and neck restraints. They got fireproof everything from the gloves all the way down their body to the shoes, the whole 9 yards. They've got the radio communications with their spotter. You know, on the steering wheel, they've got a little button. They just push that button that's kind of like zip tied or Velcroed to the wheel. Hit that button, you talk to your spotter, and vice versa. You can listen. And some have the fancy tear-offs that are electronic. You hit a button, all of a sudden it kind of goes from one side to the next, the Mud Munchers. And some have and they have to have full-face helmets. It's not a moto helmet where it's a full-face helmet, but then goggles. It's a full-face helmet that with a flop-down shield. So, I mean, I love football. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing I want to do more on a Sunday than go from NASCAR to football or vice versa. But they're safer in these race cars than playing Pee Wee football.
Yes, I 100% agree. I mean, they're in a full-on cage. I mean, these kids, they do take tumbles. They're not going super fast out there, but for them, being young kids, they are going fast. But the cages, everything is built up for them to, be safe, and the safety features, and that's what Billy makes sure, everyone's safe, from the kids that are racing at 6 years old to the grown adults that are out there racing. Everybody has to be in safety gear, and you have to do safety first. Yeah,
I know that I brought this up in round 1, but I'll never ever forget the story of one of our first races we ever had young kids racing in this class 15 years ago. Just one of the first races, a horrendous rollover, probably 7, 8, 9 times.
Oh, wow.
Barrel rolled. And Mom basically just about passed out in the grandstands. And she was just out. And it was a couple minutes later, the kid came up to the grandstands, looked down at Mom, and went, "Mom, was that cool or what?" And
Mom's like, "No, don't ever do it again."
Yeah, you're back to playing football, kind of thing. But no, these kids are super, super safe.
Yes.
And I don't think any of the parents would have it any other way. And
I totally agree with you on that. Like, the football, even dirt bike racing.
Yeah.
And they say with age comes a cage, but me personally, I'm like, put my kid in a cage. My kid's already broke his femur on a dirt bike, so that's one thing that is like, just keep him in a cage and he can just ride for fun. Even though he was riding for fun when he broke his leg, but there's just certain things that if he wanted to do it, I would have let him, but he's definitely safer in that car.
And you know what? It's kind of like that. I'm of old school where, just rub some dirt on it.
Right.
Get up and walk it off. And he's got his leg is hanging there. Just get up and walk it off, kind of thing. But, that's part of learning racing as well, is crashing.
Yes.
Because you don't know where that line is, that fine line of
push your limit.
Push the limits, and all of a sudden you go over that limit as the first wave goes off the line. Here we go. Drag race into turn 1.
I think we have 13 or 14 kids that will be taking off the line in this 170 stock
Yeah,
class.
there's 7 right there. And it looks like I can only see 5, maybe
There's
6.
16. So there's 16 on our list here.
So this is going to be a little beehive of action right now coming off the line in wave number 2.
And Carolina, I can't even talk. Carolina Claire, her brother was just in the last race. They have quite a little sponsorship and a team behind them. They have Jamie McCoy Racing Development, G-Force Racing Technologies, MRT Tires, all things UTV. They have quite the backing, and a lot of these kids do. But look at the race already.
This is the closest start we've had yet.
Yes, I
Going
agree.
into turn 1, a little tire rubbing. Yeah, that yellow car. Wasn't able to see the number, but that was an aggressive move. Wasn't giving a 1 inch. A little bit of tire rubbing down the front straightaway. Oh, a little contact, tire hopping.
And that's, this is such a great class to grow in. The kids learn how to drive in this because even though, they're out here racing, those wheel touching, being open wheel, you do not want to get tangled up with the car next to you.
And it's also a training time for mom.
Yes.
Live with what happens on the racetrack.
Yes.
It's going to happen. You're going to have to live with it.
Exactly. I know. My kid was out there already, but it's super hard, but it is what it is. And we have Rossi Thomas just came through in that number 1 position. Carson Summerfield in 2nd position, the number 09. Michael Green in the number 75 in that 3rd position. Paxton Shamblin, the number 37 in 4th. Heston Hess, the 022 in 5th. And this is all in the Division 1, the first line that took off.
Pam, I've been watching here. There's a tight left-hand hairpin turn that's right behind us. There's a little bit of water that kind of drains down in 2 spots. And it's a very, very tight 180. And watching the cars come in, the smart drivers have it figured out really early on. They go into the corner wide, drive through that little muddy area, and go to the inside pulling out. Well, a lot of the guys, here comes our leader in wave number 1 in the 22.
Yes.
He just makes it a smooth apex turn through everything.
Caden Vanover.
Yeah, Caden. Oh, and then we got one sideways, goes up and over. Just a little baby rollover. It's okay, Mom, Grandma, everything's good. We'll get him up on his wheels. That was just a little baby thing. What happened there, he got sideways where it's literally slippery, and then all of a sudden he slid into that dry area.
Which will grab you, yes.
And caught. There was nobody touched him. Nobody pushed him over. There was no contact. He did it on his own.
You went exactly where I was going to say when you were talking about that before this happened. Like you're saying, the drivers that are looking forward, or the parents that are telling them, hey, here's where you need to go, so you don't do exactly what you just saw.
Yep. I was at a short course race a couple weeks ago, and just listening to the spotters before the race in a Pro 2 race, the spotter was telling the driver exactly where the water truck just went, where the grading just was, if it was dry on the inside, dry on the outside, where the fluff was. They were letting them all know ahead of time what was going on and where to expect what on what part of the race course. And that's kind of what you're going to have to do now in the 170s.
All right. So we have Rossi Thomas in the 5R in that first position. Carson Summerfield in the 09 in that second position. Michael Green, 3rd in the number 75. Paxton Shamblin, the number 37 in 4th. Heston Hess in that 5th position in the 022. Haiti Cowan, the 121 in that 6th position. Blaze Medlin in that 7th position. 8th position, Aiden Ballinger. Then we have Caden Vanover, the number 22. Carolina Claire Ewing in that 06 in that 2nd position. This is in Division 2. Westland Coates is in that 3rd.
Got a little information from somebody online. Trey Thornton let us know that we were talking so much about the fire suits for the little guys and girls that he let us know that Bearded Stitch does the fire suits for the kids suits for free.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of a cool little thing.
What's the age limit on that? I have a kid that needs a new one. Just
hey,
kidding.
Trey, can you find that out for us? Contact someone from Bearded Stitch. What is the age limit on free fire suits for the kids?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, whatever, Pam. If you gotta,
he's wearing my fire suit.
So, yeah, we got.
Look at the race we have going on behind us. It's on screen right now. I can't quite make out the numbers, but they were a drag race to that first jump. Yeah,
Kai Summerfield, Go Carson, Larissa Breshires says Go Carson. Man, a lot of Carson fans on here. Linda Fry, Maggie Williams says Go Heston.
You can tell who's sharing.
Yeah.
Sharing the live feed and the parents and the
Or they're all around the kitchen table on their own laptop.
Hey, so be it. It's
Coffee
awesome.
Talk. Remember that?
Oh, Coffee
Talk.
Yeah. Coffee Talk for sure. Carson Summerfield is now in that number 1 position.
White flag is out. Here we go.
Yes, so that just changed up the starting line. So Caden Vanover is up there with the the kids that started in that Division 1.
So the 22 still has the point.
So Carson Summerfield in that number 1 position, as you can see on screen here, with a lap time of 1:31.535.
What are you looking at?
The screen.
You can see that?
The live show, yes.
You can?
Yes.
Keep pointing. I'm looking into the sun.
No, it's these kids are out there having a blast. You know they are. They come in with all smiles, no matter where they're at. They're out there on the race course.
A little maneuvering going on for a position change going into turn 1, I believe it is, yeah?
It looks like Emily Fowler just came through. Carson Summerfield just came through with the number 1 position. Rossi Thomas, number 2 in the 5R, and Michael Green, the number 75. That's our 1, 2, and 3 so far with the checkered flag.
That would be in, let's see, wave number 1.
Yes.
Well, here's the cool thing that I noticed early on, going back to the trophy car days when I first started, and I've noticed it's no different even today, 15, 16, 17 years later. They're out there in the racetrack. The kids are beating and banging on each other, flipping over and that kind of stuff. And you'd think there'd be animosity, we'll call it that, after the race. No.
No,
it's
they
like
go
10
riding
minutes
their
later.
bikes through the
Yeah,
pits.
you go 10 minutes later, they're out there playing catch with a Nerf football or
I've been
playing
there.
flashlight tag or whatever. The same kids that were just beating on each other. That's one of the coolest things.
That's
yeah.
where my kid started out with off-road racing. He was started out in a trophy cart, and then he went into a 170, and then he raced both, and then now he went into an RS1 later on, and now he's out here in an amateur turbo class. So. These kids, it's just so cool. Like you're just now saying, they're out there on course and they're battling each other. They're having a lot of fun. But then, like you said, 10 minutes later after the race is over, no matter if they got into each other, they're off playing.
Parents is a different story, but the kids are having a blast.
Yes, the kids have a blast. This is a great thing. It sounds like we have Miss Tiffany Stone down there with Carson Summerfield. Down to you, Tiffany.
Carson, it's such a good time to talk to you. You came up and you said, hey, remember me? It's Carson. Well, yes, I do, buddy. How was today's heat for you?
It's good. I like it. I love racing. I like going through the tracks and beating people. I like getting first or second or third, but I most like getting first. This is my second race, and I'm ready for the next one. And my dad, named Joe, and then my dad's friend named Joe, they helped me do this, so I like it.
Awesome. Well, Carson, you've done a good job, and like you said, you like getting first, second, or third. Well, buddy, you did so good this day. Now we're going to get ready for the main. Best of luck. I'm going to let you get back there and get situated, okay?
Okay, bye.
All right. Carson down here is excited. We are all excited. Back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany. And yeah, Tiffany's having fun. I'm hearing some chuckling in that voice of hers as she's talking to kids. Well, our next race is the 170 mods, and this is quite the lineup here. As a lot of them have already been on the course in previous races in the 170s, and it's a stacked field as far as numbers. Looks like we have almost 20 kids out there, but here's our lineup. From Ada, Oklahoma, in the number 3 is Waylon Coates. From Collinsville, Oklahoma, Savannah Bezek. I keep screwing that up. Bezecki?
I actually have a video I'll show you later of how to say their last name.
A video of it? How to say it?
Somebody got them to say it for us.
Okay, that's in the 14. And Tanner Thompson, we know that name again, from Stroud, Oklahoma, the 21. Dover, Arkansas is the home of Riley Jones in the 36. Maggie Flores from Houston is in the 47Y. B.A. Smith from Oklahoma City is in the 52. Avery Sides out of Sanger, Texas is in the 56. Sand Springs, Oklahoma. Caden Graham in the 57. Code St. Peter.
There we go again.
Not St. Peter.
Not St. Peter, I'm sorry.
Code St. Peter's from Whitney, Texas in the 63. Coweta, Oklahoma is the home of Kennedy Singleton in the 71. 88, Carmen Gaines from Owenton, Kentucky is lined up alongside Mason Cotter from Norco, California in the 110. And Wyatt Cotter, oh boy, brothers alongside each other. From Wyatt Cotter's in the 112, also from Norco, California. And Greenville, Tennessee is the home of Riley Lutz in the 538.
Well, and Wyatt and Mason already raced earlier on, too.
Yep.
So they made the trek here from California. That's awesome. It's definitely this is a place that I would say you guys need to come race. The short course here is awesome. The track is pristine. So
there's nothing that is not family friendly about this place at all.
Right.
If they're having something that's adult, I won't say adult only, There's 14 entries coming up in this next race, but now that we got that figured
right,
out.
Exactly.
There's nothing that isn't family-friendly, but there's also adult, I won't say adult only, but adult fun going on in other parts of the race course as the first wave is off the line. A whole different sound, Pam.
Yes, and that looks like that is the number 3 of Waylon Coates, I believe, that got that little hole shot out there.
But he's got a little action going on the inside of turn 1. Is anybody going to be there? Oh, gets through the turn just close.
Oh,
Very close, though.
We have a little rollover there in the turn.
Wave number 2 off the line. This is going to be close. Yellow flag is already out.
You got the yellow flag out. You got the last division going out on course, and then you have what you were calling it, the parents, and they have their own race to their spots as well.
Well, here's how the
I
yellow.
know how that feels. I've been there.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. I can just see it in my head too how you react. But no. Here's the situation when it comes to yellow flag. It's a yellow flag zone. So we have one of our yellow flaggers, our actual guy out on the course, runs way out in front of where the incident is, starts throwing the yellow flag.
So it's a
at
local.
that point, at that point you have to slow down. I want to say to 15 miles an hour or slower through the entire yellow zone, past the accident site, and then you can get back on it full throttle.
Full race speed,
and when you come back around, if that yellow's still out, you got to do it again. If you come back around, the yellow's gone, that incident is cleared like it is right now, you stay on it.
All right, so Waylon Coates had the hole shot out there, but Riley Jones in the number 36 has already taken over that number 1 position. Waylon Coates, number 3, in the 2nd position. Cameron Gaines, the number 88, in 3rd. And Savannah Buziski, number 14, in that 4th position. Code St. Peter, he is number 1 in that Division 2. So we've already had a little bit of change up from the Division 2. They're already up in there in that lead pack.
Well, you've been there, done that, so I got to ask you, what's the difference in a 170 and a 170 mod?
We ran a 170 stock, so the mod, I honestly, I'm not sure exactly what the difference is. I think they can do a little bit of motor work. I'm not sure, and I don't want to misspeak on that. What I'll do, we'll get some rules.
I thought you
on
knew,
that.
so I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's totally fine.
So there was when we ran the Junior 1s and Junior 2s, there was a restrictor plate that was involved. And you could do some things with the exhaust pipe.
Right.
This is back when we did it, and my family did it. A lot has changed since then as far as the rules go, but that's very tweaky. We're only talking like maybe 2 horsepower, 3 horsepower.
Right, but that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Especially in those trophy carts.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally, it was down to what kind of bearings you were running in your wheels that made you that much faster. It was amazing.
When you first got the trophy cart off, from the dealer, they were sealed bearings.
Right.
And first thing we did was we unsealed them, pulled that washer out of there, cleaned it all out, and put a special grease inside there.
Yep.
We used like a silicone almost. And so you could spin those back tires, and they would roll forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
We did the same kind of stuff when we were racing short course, or not short course, but circle track with Hank and the Bandolero series. So, but on screen there, that is the 63 of Code St. Peter out on race course. Nice little battles going on here. And Code is in that number 1 position for the Division 2. But it looks like on lap time, he has a 1:10. So he has the fastest lap time out there on course right now.
So quite a few people more have checked in, yeah.
There's the 47Y right there, Maggie Flores. The drone is following them closely. We have some awesome drone footage out there this weekend. The cameras all over race course. Just trying to make this show better and better for the people at home. Of course, it's never better, on TV as it is watching it live, but it's awesome the people that can't make it can still watch.
Yeah.
It goes for families, too. There's families like wives and stuff that sometimes, or even husbands, sometimes the moms bring their kids out here. If you can't make it due to work or whatever, now they can watch it at home.
There's no reason not to be here, though, with all the things that the kids can do during the day that aren't racers.
Right. And
wow.
That's Code St. Peter on screen right now. Doing a little bit of a battle. Went into that tight little turn. There are some kids out here that are running super close together on the race course. And look at him do that tabletop jump back there.
The way he handled that, I'll call it like a dog leg section just a moment ago, just so, and he basically made a apex on the right turn, apex to the left turn, and almost made a straight line out of it, which is the fast way around.
Right, right. Yeah, so he was back there on that Ultimax spillway area, and there he is again on screen. They're going through the start-finish line right now. And they just got the checkered flag. So Mr. Code St. Peter and Riley Jones got the checkered flag. They're both in their divisions, first position on both of them. So we interviewed Code St. Peter yesterday, and it was super cool to talk to him. He was really quiet. We'll have to get him out of his little shyness here.
Won't take long. He doesn't seem to be the type.
All right, Riley Jones first, Waylon Coates second, Cameron Gaines third, Savannah Buziski, I got to look at that name again, fourth position, Briley Lutz in the fifth. That was in Division 1. Division 2, Code St. Peter, Caden Graham, Kennedy Singleton, Avery Sides. And that's our one, that we have had 9 come through the start-finish line here thus so far. All right, and we're going to go on down to Miss Tiffany Stone. She's going to be down there with Mr. Code St. Peter. Down to you, Tiffany.
It's so good to see Carmen. Carmen, you've got a big smile on your face right now. How was that heat race for you?
Good. I'm pretty sure I got third in my heat.
And talking about that, what did you learn so far to be able to put in the main race for later on today?
I just learned to keep it fluid just like I did this morning.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you. Is there anybody that you want to say hi to or thank right now?
I would like to say hi to my Nana and my family at home.
Perfect. Well, best of luck to you, Carmen, later on today, and back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany, and nice job, Carmen. But, man.
I love that.
When the kids get over that shyness and are able to open up, that's when it really gets fun. That's when it really gets fun.
Super cute. And yesterday we got to sit down with some people and do some interviews, and so we are going to go and show you what we got to talk with them about. Hey everybody, I'm down here in the pits with Mrs. Jen MAO. She is racing in the women's turbo class. You moved up this year.
Yes.
What's the difference in the class?
A little more competitive, a lot faster cars. So, pretty excited to see how this goes this year.
Did you have to change your driving style up coming from an NA going into the turbo class?
Oh, definitely. I'm still trying to figure this car out. It's a lot.
Well, it's been fun so far this year, and you have a lot of competitive women in your class. How do you feel about all that?
I feel great. The women in our class are great. We're all friends. It's a good camaraderie in our class.
That's awesome. So exciting for the race tomorrow. And you have any tricks up your sleeve to try to do anything different this weekend?
No, I'm still learning the car, so we're just going to keep pushing and see how it goes.
Awesome. Well, good luck this weekend. Back to you. Awesome, and that was an interview with Jen MAO. Her and her husband both race, and like on the interview, I was saying she stepped up from the NA class this year. So she, it's fun to like see the husbands and wives out there. They're in completely different classes, but and it's good to hear that all the women that are in the women's turbo
and one
are
thing
all
I
friends.
noticed just walking around, I was behind you guys, but I was watching everything. It's getting to a point where it used to be where the husbands did work on everything, whether they had 2 cars, 3 cars, 1 car, the husband did another guy possibly, and the wife sat there. Not in that case. She was working on her own car. She was doing her own thing, and the husband kind of peeked over there once in a while, but she was doing her own work, which was really cool to see.
Yeah, that is super awesome to see. I know, like, you know, being in the position too, like, but yeah, working on cars and stuff. And we were over at Cash LaCroix's camp the other night, and they were just switching out tires, and I made my kid help him out, and you know, it's just help other people out as well too.
Yeah.
But,
well, it looks like.
Next up off the line is race number 7 for the day already, and the
22
NA.
entries.
Who
Wow.
do we have?
So here's our lineup with 22 entries. They still have yet to make we got a little track prep going on, but with 22, we better get at the lineup right now. On the pole for wave number 1 of Yemassee, South Carolina, Haley Boodle in the number 10. Elena Baker from Owasso, Oklahoma in the 12. Gavin Beers from Wakarusa, Kansas, is in the 14. Alongside Gavin is the 16 of Aaron Cuevas from Gilmore, Texas. Keegan Cummings from Union City, Oklahoma, 21. Reese Harrison, the 24, from Royce City, Texas. From Midlothian, Texas, is Luke Saffrit in the 28. And the 37 is Patrick Shamblin from Burleson, Texas. Kevin Hall from Salisbury, North Carolina, is in the 46. Landon Saffrit in the 82 from Midlothian, Texas. Holbert, Oklahoma, is the home of the 84 Caden Ellis. Logan Ellis from Wagner, Oklahoma, is in the 118. Monterey, Louisiana, is home of Lake Edwards in the 172. Chad Mayo, the husband of the person we just saw on screen a moment ago, the 401, is from Hickory Creek, Texas. And Ed Mangus from Lebanon, Missouri, in the 611. Still, we got quite a few to go.
We have Sean Philbin in the 615 from Truxton, Missouri. The 656 of Matt Hazel from Osage Beach, Missouri. Then the 762 Kyle Bedau from Stevensville, Texas. Then we have the 888 Greg Rice of Hazlet, Texas. The 978 of Rick Schroeder from Joplin, Missouri. And the 999 Carsonville from Edgerton, Kansas. And then we have the 1776 of Braxton Moore from Weatherford, Texas.
Yeah, like you said, 22 entries, so
awesome.
I have no idea how many they're going to line up. Probably 16. As many as they can get.
So they have to do 8.
3 ways, probably,
Yes. All right, and we're going to go down trackside to Mr. Joey
For the first time this afternoon, Joey, turn it over, man. What do you got?
No riding double. Hey, no riding double. Watch, they're going to get off. I'm going to make them get off. Get off. Watch this. No double. Please get off. One at a time. They're coming back. They're coming back. I'm going to act like I'm going to ask them. They're going to be in trouble. I've waited my whole life to be an adult to be able to get on to children like this, because I was a children at one point.
How's it going?
Y'all got your driver's license on you?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, let me see them real quick.
Glad I kept that thing on me.
Yeah.
So I got
appreciate y'all coming back.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I didn't hear you. You said, hey, that guy's hollering at you.
Yeah. Okay, under 21?
Yes, sir.
Under 18?
Yes, sir.
All right. How old are you guys?
I'm 16.
All right. Where are you from?
Mustang, Oklahoma.
Mustang, Oklahoma?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to ask y'all not to ride double because there's weight limit on these bikes. By manufacturer specs, we're not allowed to break that inside the park for insurance reasons, okay?
Perfect.
So if you'll let him drive and then if you'll walk because he's younger.
Absolutely.
He don't have a license. I need him to drive.
Okay. Absolutely then.
I'm just messing with y'all, man.
Oh. I was going to roll with it. I was going to go by. I appreciate it. You got me on that one. I was going to roll with it. I wasn't going to buck the system.
Hey, we out here having a good time at Mid-America Outdoors. Y'all better get out here.
All right, and welcome back. Joey is definitely a natural at doing the joking of everybody around here. There's other videos. I'm not sure if those are going to be going on live later or not, but the young kid that was on the back of that bike just now in that interview, he was down last night at the drag strip. I actually ended up getting to go down there, and I drove a new Pro R. I wasn't expecting to do that, but I got to drive one of the new Pro Rs on the drag strip last night, and he was the person that was being the person to throw their hands down and say,
oh, the hanky?
Start and go. Yeah, and so I saw that video this morning, and I was like, hey, he was at the drag strip last night. But Joey definitely can get those interviews out, and there's some comedy right there.
There's, I think we have a face of MAO, and then we have a voice of MAO, and I think Joey definitely is the face of the facility, and then we got Matt, who is the voice. He's the guy you hear all the time down trackside. So both of them very cool guys, both of them characters, and both very fun to hang out with.
Yeah, they're very fun for sure. And Matt has a really cool van set up for his PA system, and I'm not sure if that's what he has down there right now.
Yeah,
where he's
it is.
But tonight, later on, after we're done racing, he will be over hosting the pit bike races.
Yep.
And he'll have his whole setup out there and everything. But they're getting ready to go live here in just a moment. It looks like
Yeah,
they're
they're
doing a
stacked.
little bit of watering down there. That's a really cool race. Is that a water truck?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a military term for that vehicle. I have no idea what the heck it is, but it's been converted into a water truck.
That is super cool. I
And
have not
it
seen
kind of
that.
has that funky Oakley feel to it. You know, you ever been to the Oakley headquarters?
No, I haven't.
I
wear Oakleys, but
it's
no.
it's like it looks like a spaceship that's crashed into the side of a mountain. And when you walk in, you've got this huge mad scientist laboratory open room. And the waiting, you have your receptionist desk in the middle. You go up there, who they are to see, and you have a seat. All the seats where you sit and wait are ejection seats from fighter jets.
Oh, wow.
So it's
That's
just
really cool.
It's crazy, that place.
Super cool. But we are getting ready to start race number 7 of the day in our expert NA class. 22 cars are going to be going off the line, and it's a mixture between Yamahas, Polaris, Hondas.
Pam, look down at the line right now. I'm not sure if not one cage looks the same.
No.
Every single car looks completely different.
Custom
That's what's
built.
cool. Yeah.
Custom built for sure. Oh, we have some Articats out there. So we have a quite a
Diverse
field, exactly.
Yeah.
My brain was not thinking right there.
And I don't want anybody to think that this is what you're going to see, when you come to this race facility, because everything is a work in progress. If you come here for the next race, which is a Memorial Day weekend, you're going to see more stuff on the racetrack, more signage, probably more things to check out, like you're looking at right now, the starting gates. I'm sure that's going to be all bannered up and things like that. Everything is working. In fact, they're still working right now as we speak. They're working on the pool, putting in. I'm not
a splash pad.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's all kinds of things going on there. I'm not exactly sure when that will open up, but I'm pretty sure it will be for Memorial Day weekend.
It was really cool too, like discussing like visions and stuff. It sounds like during certain events they're going to have the pool will be open for the kids, and they have lifeguards there that'll be taking care of. The parents can go do some adult stuff.
The margarita right next door.
I don't know. Well, the kids. I'm talking about the kids.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking right next door, so you can have a margarita and watch.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun week there at Visions for sure. Now, right now, we can kind of go over race course. We do have a map at some point we will put up so everybody can see the map of the race course. They will go off the start line. They will, perfect, we're going to put it up right now. So they're going to go right there off the start line. And when they do that, they will be making a left-hand turn to go up. No, they'll be making a right-hand turn to go up the hill, and then they'll go down into a flat land where they will have like a little bit of a jump, and they go into the Talladega.
It's like 250 feet of elevation right there, too.
It is a very large elevation right there for sure. And then after they come down the Talladega, as you can see, it's kind of like a hairpin turn. Then they go into that rhythm section. That rhythm section is not really a rhythm section, so you do have to kind of watch yourself because you can't jump
it's off rhythm.
It's off
but
rhythm.
It's yeah.
And then they go into a step up into a left-hand turn. Then we have that creek crossing. There's another little bit of not a tabletop, but a jump that's right after the creek crossing. And then they have the triple tabletop. One of them is 80 feet long. And that's where I was talking about. On the first jump, you can take it at speed. The second one, there's a little bit of a lip, and you have to be careful on that. Then they go into the Ultimax spillway, left-hand turn into the start-finish line. It's the map that you're seeing is an older map version, and the park is completely different than what that looks like on there, but this is what we mapped out yesterday on the actual race course, because obviously we're not racing through water as it shows on the map here. But yeah, the race course is super cool. I went out on it, like I said, with Billy Champion. We went and we mapped out the race course so we could get this up here for you guys to see. But it's fun out there.
Yeah,
and I was in an F-250.
Well, I was in a 4-seater side by side last time we were here, but it was at night. The lights weren't working on the side by side. I got lost.
You were lost. Yes.
I got lost, and it's scary out there when you can't see the ground with no lights, and there was no stars, and I'm like, I wanted to call you guys, but I knew you were having fun at the dance.
You called us. You called us. We came and got you.
I texted you and says, I'm lost. Help me. I remember that. Yeah, I'm lost.
We came and got you. Tiffany and I came and got you. But, yeah, it's good time. So last night we had the drivers meeting over at the shop. People that have been here know about the shop. We had the drivers appreciations dinner. It was awesome. It was an awesome dinner. We had chicken tacos and some Spanish rice, and it was a great dinner.
Yeah, it was. And what would you say? 350, 400 people there.
There were a lot because we have over 200 entries this weekend.
So, and their support crew, so they were all there. I mean, so there was a lot. Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
We had a DJ playing some music afterwards, and then tonight there's a band that'll play. So it's just a, it's not just coming here racing and go home.
If you're bored when you come here, it's your own fault.
Right, exactly. But, we, us that are doing, live show stuff the next day, or all of us workers, we tend to not hang out as much on Friday night because we have to be up early and, work all day long. But, it's fun. It's a fun weekend here. It's not just all about racing. That's for sure. It's family fun. And there's trails. You can go out on the trails.
Yeah, over 1,000 acres here at this facility. So when they call it Mid-America Outdoors, it really is outdoors.
It is outdoors. It's everything. It's not an off-road park by any means. It's an outdoor park. Mm-hmm. It's what do you guys call it? You call it a destination. It's a Miles calls it a resort because you have everything from the restaurant. There's cabins you can rent. They have the lazy river.
There's there's Polaris Razors here that you can rent for the day, half day, that you can go trail riding with. So.
Exactly.
I think you can also rent helmets and things like that. So, and then they have, I'll call it a pro shop of all the stuff you might need for your own personal.
They even sell fire suits.
Yeah. So that's all here for your SUV or SUV.
Side by side. So TW, I believe, just went across the line, and they are getting ready to get
green
the
flag
green
is out.
flag.
We're underway. Here we go. Oh, one car stalls on the line. Contact made a little squirrely going up the hill. One car's off the course. One car stalled it, and now he's underway off the line.
Great racing already.
Look at the dust. Wow. Considering the weather we had. Second wave is off the line.
I believe that number 28 of Luke Saffert is the one that is in that number 1 position off the line. His twin brother is actually out there going to be on course as well, Landon. Got to sit down and talk with them the other night.
Boy, this is interesting. I just noticed as they made that left-hand turn coming out of the uphill section, the Talladega, coming down the hill, right where those two inflatables are that are going to signify a hole shot, everybody is like lifting just a little bit to kind of drift down or coast down the hill. They're not on the throttle. It's that steep.
It's that steep for sure, because if you come down at full speed on that drop, I mean,
you're not going to make the right-hand
turn is very difficult.
And if you end up pushing out, if you push wide, look what happens.
I know, you're on the other
side.
Off
the banking,
Yes. Definitely do not want that. So we're going to have one more group off the line here shortly, it looks like.
Look, I don't see the flagger out. So we go back out to the racing action. They're coming out of the hairpin area down that long the first hairpin. Whoa, we got one car get sideways off the tabletop, and the last wave of this class is underway, headed up the hill. And these guys are skying it off that second tabletop in the backstretch.
Drift up there. On screen right now, you can see with the drone shot how steep that actually is.
The car that was I'm not exactly sure who this is because I can't, our vantage point is not that good. But with that being said, I think I just witnessed one car figure out that downhill right-hand section coming off just past that hole shot inflatables. Coming down the hill, he stayed on the throttle, got to the bottom of the hill, that right-hand turn, stayed on the throttle, but just pitched it like a sprint car. And that left rear was just grabbing. And he shot to the inside, moved up one spot. So
Luke Saffert just came through, the number 28 in first position. Kyle Beddow in the second position. Haley Boodle in third. Keegan Cummings in fourth.
That was Haley that did that?
And she's in fourth position. Kevin Hall, or Edward Mangus in fifth. Kevin Hall in sixth. That is in the Division 1 that took off the line, so the first line that took off. The second line that took off, we do have the 614 of Sean Philbin. We do have a rollover on course here.
Whoa, we're missing it, Pam, because we had to move for second place in wave number 1, that pink car.
That is Haley Boodle.
Yeah, Haley is driving it right now.
Drive it like you stole it. That's what they tell you,
She came down that hill on the throttle, pitched it hard again the second lap here, and moved to the inside and made one pass. But man, we got one car pull off the track.
It looks like they have something dragging, or the front left. So we do have a couple rollover right here. We can't quite make out who they are, but we do have a couple rolled over.
It's like one,
that is when they're
two.
getting ready to go into the rhythm section.
Yeah,
that's the beginning of the rhythm section.
Yeah, Michael Benton's going to drive it, girl. Trey Thornton is online. Frederick Shipley's checking in from Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Frederick, thank you so much for checking in, and thank you for what you're doing for our country, man. Wish you were here.
Looks like they're going to get these cars rolled back over here momentarily. Hopefully nothing happened with their vehicles, and they'll be able to continue on the rest of the day. But as you can see, they do have to check up right there because of the local caution.
From that very first yellow flag, I'm not sure if they're able to detect if you're speeding or not, but yeah, it's got to be a 50 mile an hour or slower, at least under control.
Exactly.
You got to be under control. That's the big thing. Couple of Yamahas battling for position right here behind us.
So our Yamahas, we have a Kevin Hall, a Patrick Shamlin, Edward Mangus.
Actually, that looks like a
Rick
Talon.
Schroeder.
The first car looks like a Talon, Honda Talon, and being chased by a Yamaha.
Look at that.
Now here we go. Now watch her.
That's the 12 of Alana Baker. That's who that is in that pink car.
Now watch her go up the hill. She's on the outside, up to the top of the hill. Now watch her coming down. This is where she,
she
look
took
out.
A little too wide right there.
Yeah, well, we better not watch her.
On screen, so you just saw that she did lose a position, but she was trying to make that pass right there for that #1 position in her class, in her division.
But you know what I love about that? Yeah, it didn't work out for her that time, but what I love about that is she's aggressive. She's on it.
And that
she's
was Alana
making
Baker.
it happen.
Alana Baker, I was misspeaking saying that was Haley Boodle, but that was Alana Baker in that number 12. Man, those cars of watching in the background going off of the tabletops, but right there they are in the rhythm section right now. You can see that they did some watering for before this race, but that rhythm section, non-rhythm section, it's just a fun little area right there.
There's Haley Boodle. She's 4th on course right now in her wave. Keegan Cummings is in the 5th spot.
So Luke Safford in that #1 position in the Division 1. I keep saying Division 1, but they were the first line off. And then we have Kyle Beddow in the #2 position, Haley Boodle 3rd, Keegan Cummings 4th, Edward Mangus 5th, and Kevin Hall in 6th. Then in the 2nd division, you have Patrick Shamblin. Oh, it just changed to Sean Philbin in that 1st position. Lane Edwards in 2nd. Lana Baker is saying she's in 4th position. And there looks like there's somebody stopped in the middle of race course right here behind us. So Luke Safford still in that #1 position. His twin brother is out there on course as well.
He's out there in 6th in his wave.
It doesn't look like he's came through and made a lap though.
I just wonder if that's him. Well,
One
there was a car.
One of them over upside down could possibly
and we've got one just past the jump.
Yes, they're the ones that I was just saying they were stopped in the race course. What they will do is they will get them hooked up.
There we go. Let's see what she pulls off here. Oh, she won't be able to do her famous move because the yellow yellow flag is out. She's so impressive.
White flag just now for the number 37 of Patrick Shamblin. There is just action all over the race course.
Yeah, Alanya was it Alanya? Yeah.
Alana Baker.
I really like her driving style. Really like it.
So Keegan Cummings is in that #1 position right now. Kevin Hall in 2nd. Luke Safford in that 3rd position. Look at this car coming through getting the white flag. They are still clean.
I like that profile too. That cage, that profile, the single seat look. Like you said, the white flag is out. They're coming through.
Let's see who the first one through that'll be getting that checkered flag.
Tiffany's already waiting for him to come off the track. She's ready to tackle him as they
Here
come
we
around
go.
the tree.
We have Luke Saffert. Just came through and got that checkered flag in that number 1 position. It's funny. I'm wondering how him and his brother banter back and forth because they're both in RS1s. And they are identical twins.
You like that?
That's Luke and Landon. I still can't. His dad told me how to tell them apart, but I still messed it up. All right, so in that number 1 position, Luke Saffert. Number 2, Kyle Beddow. Number 3rd is Haley Boodle. 4th, Keegan Cummings. 5th, Edward Mangus. And then Patrick Shamlin has came through in that Division 2. You got Sean Philbin in that number 1 position. Lake Edwards, number 2. All kinds of change-ups going on the timing. It's going all over the place right now. But we will have Tiffany here momentarily with... Oh, we are actually going to have Miles down here doing an interview here momentarily. And you can see on screen that was
You know why
Alana
he's
Baker.
here? He's the walking encyclopedia of the Ultra 4 series. He knows everything about everything, and he really does. I'm not just saying he really does.
Yeah, he does.
He didn't want to cut grass this weekend, so he came out here to play with us.
All right, it sounds like Miles is ready. I believe he's going to be down there with Luke Saffert. So down to you, Miles.
So I'm down here with Luke Saffert. Just got done running your heat race. You ran a great race. This little RS1 Players did a great job out there. How much fun did you have?
Oh, it was a blast. It was a little slick, but other than that, it was pretty fun.
And I saw a little bit of dust out there. Had somebody upside down. Did it give you any troubles?
No, not really. I just saw my brother, and I was like, eh.
So giving a little family affair out there having fun, but you're out here racing with your friends at an amazing park. Give me a couple little rundowns of your favorite parts at this park.
The favorite thing I like about this park is the people here. They're super nice and friendly, and they'll do anything.
Yeah. The Mid-America Outdoors crew does an amazing job. They've got an amazing facility, and there's so much stuff going on, and then we get a race here at the same time. It's just wonderful out here.
Oh yeah, it's a blast. I'm glad to be down here.
Well, Luke, I'm going to let you get back to the pits and get everything set up for the main event later on today. So best of luck and have fun out there, buddy.
Okay, thank you.
So we'll send it back to the booth.
Thanks a lot, Miles. And I got to tell you, what's really cool is the fact where you and I are sitting, Pam, right behind us, all the cars are pulling off the track. Mm-hmm. I am watching right rear flat tire after right rear flat tire. This course has got to be just eating these things up, obviously.
Well, out on course, as we can see and you guys can see on home, it just looks like it's just a dirt track. But honestly, there's a lot of rocks here. So, like, you can't hear it whenever you're watching it, but it sounds like a little ting, ting, ting,
yeah.
ting. You know, like they
little
have
BBs.
all mud flaps on it because they're trying to protect their arms and everything. But it's definitely rocky. There's pebbles out there or gravelly rocks. That's what probably could be taking these tires out, and maybe larger rocks in other areas.
And the dirt itself is very abrasive too. So we talked about the difference in tires.
Yes.
On these cars. As we get ready for our next race, I see them pulling up the staging, getting at the line. We're going to talk about race number 8, which is the amateur naturally aspirated. We've got 12 entries, and this is where we start getting into some of the guys we talked to yesterday for just a bit. So here they are. Here's our lineup. On the pole, the number 8 from Coweta, Oklahoma, is Kenneth Bloomfield in a Yamaha. The number 11X from Waunakee, Wisconsin. I'm not lying. I used to live there
So you know
when
how
I
to
was just a
pronounce
little
it.
guy. Yeah, it's the only Waunakee in the world.
Huh.
The sign out front when you pull into town. Yeah. So starting that third spot is Ashley Rowden from Carthage, Missouri on a Polaris. Waylon Wharton from Owasso, Oklahoma in the 55 on the Yamaha. On a Polaris, another guy I know, talked to him a long time yesterday. Ryder Van Beekum from Queen Creek, Arizona in the 64. Josie Watkins from Cameron, Missouri on a Polaris from the 230, running number 237. 343 is the number for James Robbins from Piedmont, Oklahoma on a Polaris. On a Yamaha is Luke Sealer in the 420 from Catoosa, Oklahoma. And from Paola, Kansas on a Polaris is Bree Seek in the 431. Dakota Medlin is in a 432 from Grove, Oklahoma on a Yamaha. And then we've got from Fayetteville, Arkansas, right down the road, where almost all of us fly into to get here, is the 927 Nick Slinkard on the Polaris. And also on the Polaris, the number T13, Tyler Chambers from Welling, Oklahoma. That's 12 entries, amateur, naturally aspirated. Now, what does that mean, Pam?
That means they don't have a turbo.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. They don't have a turbo. A lot of the Polaris RS1s run in this class because obviously they do not have a turbo in them.
Can they do engine modifications of any kind?
Not that I'm aware of. They can do them. It has to be just as it comes off the line.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, this is very close to being able to finance a race car off the showroom floor. I mean, you got to change the roll cage. Yeah, change the cage a little bit, however you like for safety. But it's.
Yeah, you change the roll cage up. You put in your 5-point harness. A lot of people put in, most people put in aftermarket seats because there's race seats out there.
Well, it sounds like Joey's at it again. Joey, let's see what you've been up to, bud.
These I feel like these say, hey, I'm here at Mid-America. I'm here to party. But, man, I think at the same time, I want people to know I'm classy. So I'm feeling maybe more like, hey, guys, I am the party. Which one?
I think you're more of this.
So, I don't know. These just kind of feel like my grandmother's cataract glasses.
But those are you.
I don't know. What do you think?
They look like Jersey Shore.
T-shirt time, I'm buying these. T-shirt time, baby. I'm in. How much are these bad boys? How much? These don't even have a tag. They got to be free, right? Dude, I love Mid-America.
Let's go deliver some parts.
There's a bunch of them in the back.
Watch that door.
I barely fit through that door. You'll have to get some bigger doors through here.
Really? Deliver parts for Harley and you up here getting more parts?
What is this wizardry?
Oh, okay.
Never seen this kind of stuff before. All right, let's get this job done. Hurry up. One, she thinks. Woo! Pretty Ford Raptor. Brad, let's go. Oh yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Who's this? No parking. Staff only. Can I see your parking pass, ma'am?
No, I'm married to a trooper.
I guess I don't get to say anything, man. It was a good try, though.
Have a great day.
You too. She can't park there. I'm not going to tell her right now, but I'm going to have it towed. I don't care who she's married to. When I tell somebody no parking, I mean it. I'm going to put this wheel lock on here. It's a wheel lock. See you try to drive out of here now. That's a $100 fine. Try me one more time.
All right, we have them on the line getting ready to take off, but Joey's definitely the comedian too. He's not only out there doing interviews and talking down at the down here track side with Matt, but
people are so drawn to him. People are so drawn to him.
So when we were out here at the 918 race with the BMR event was going on, and he's down there talking on that mic all day long, keeping the crowd hyped up. He's going to actually be doing our podiums later on too, I believe. So he's going to be doing all of our awards
for the main events.
Yes.
Yep.
All of our award ceremonies. So yeah, he definitely is a good person that's going to make you laugh for sure.
and there's a certain. Let's put it this way. Everybody out in California, use that as an example, think they're real cool, the more professional they are. They're driving a Corvettes, they're driving Ferraris, those kind of stuff. He'll drive the most podunk, rusted out piece of crap Jeep, whatever, with big tires on it, the exhaust going out the back, and he makes that cool. He makes that cool. I'd rather hang out with him, any day and something like that than any guy I might know in California, Newport Beach or something in the Ferrari or whatever.
That's funny.
Oh, I love that guy. He's so cool. And I'm just getting to know him. That's the scary part.
Yeah, well, he's been doing Pro Rock for years.
Yeah.
So yeah, him and Tripp. There's two funny guys. I mean,
have you ever watched a Tripp video and gone through it one time and knew exactly what he said?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think because I'm around them so much, I'm getting to know.
You're figuring
out.
And
I live in North Carolina, so there are a lot of people that do have a heavy accent. Sometimes I'm like trying to chime in and like make sure I'm understanding what they're saying. But no, I mean he lives in around the Memphis area, so he's got a heavy accent, but he's a crack up. When I first met Tripp last year, I did meet him in Rush, Kentucky last year. I think that's the first time I met him. It was a little difficult for me to understand, but like I said, I'm around all these guys now like almost, twice a month. So I'm getting used to their lingo and can understand their language. So, yeah, super cool guys. But Tripp's another one. He's the one that you'll definitely be laughing
for
if you're
the
around
fans,
him.
I mean, they're not going to be hard to find when you come to Mid-America Outdoors. They're not going to be hard to find. You're going to hear them before you see them.
Right, exactly.
And you're going to definitely please feel free to walk up to them, introduce yourself, and say, hey, I've been watching you, the whole 9 yards and all these different videos, all the different races. And I'm telling you, they might just drop out what they're doing and give you a tour of the place.
They definitely could do that. But if you feeding the fuel to the fire, right, making their heads a little bit bigger.
Well, they won't watch us.
I love it. We're getting ready to go live here shortly in just a minute, though.
Put down a little bit of water in certain areas and a little bit of track grooming, and it looks like we're getting our flaggers back into position. And what's going on between races?
All right. We're going to throw it to a commercial. Sounds like we got some sponsors.
Let's check it out. We'll be right back after this.
No matter what, it's never an easy event, and it never will be, and that's what makes King of the Hammers King of the Hammers. Tire choice is everything. I mean, to have a tire that's reliable and consistent and drives well out in the desert, but yet when we get to these crazy rock sections, still has grip and performs, and we can hit these sharp, jagged edge rocks and not have a problem, is what we need. And the Rockzilla definitely are second to none when it comes to the UTV tires. And it just speaks traction. It's got big lugs hanging off the side. It's got big lugs down the side of the sidewall of the tire. If you're gonna look for something that makes traction and is gonna grip in rocks and dirt and everything, you look at a Rockzilla and go, man, that thing looks like it's gonna do the job right there.
Your usual, sir?
Please. The sound of a 1,000cc turbo engine cranking at 8,000 RPMs just got better. HMF, the official sound of the off-road.
Welcome back. We are on to race number 8. They're all lined up. We just saw some of our commercials here. And Scott, it's been an exciting day this morning so far.
Yeah, we've been kind of working our way. We started with a class that was real hot this morning in one of our expert classes. And then now we went down to the 170s. And 170 mods, and we're working our way back up as every class is getting a little bit quicker, bit quicker, and looks like we're just about ready to go for our next one at the line. Red flag, green flag is out, and we're underway. 6 cars off the line.
Oh no!
Big time, yeah, a little wheel hopping going on. Contact made it as they made it up the hill, probably 75 yards off the line.
There are 3 cars. It looks like it is the 55. The 55 of Waylon Wharton, the number 6 of Ryder Van Beekum, unfortunate here, and I believe that is the number 13 or 15 of Ashlyn Rowden. That is the 3 that did get a little bit tangled up right there off the line.
That's open wheel racing. I hate to call it like that, but that's open wheel racing, and there's certain things that the race promoter, the track crew, they can't control. It's up to the drivers.
Right.
You race the course that's given to you. You're not going to win the race in one turn.
Exactly.
So, and this is where these 3 guys made the choice. Whether it was, I don't know, unless we saw a replay, and I'm not sure if we're able to do that. But it's going to be hard to tell who was the aggressor and who just was caught up in it. But
and I'm not sure. I can't tell if that is Tyler Chambers that's right there, the T13, or if that was Ashlyn Rowden in the number 15. That was unfortunate for sure. Already off the line. Like you don't win it in the first turn, but like you were just saying, open wheel racing sometimes just is not always so friendly, and open wheel like that, just the slightest wrong touch of the tires with each other in the race can make you flip over. And we did just see that for sure. So
yeah, to go back online, because we're kind of watching comments being made by some of the fans that are tuned in. Old friend of mine, Jeff Wolf from the Midwest, who runs a short course series there.
Oh, nice.
He's checked in. He runs an open wheel car himself, a buggy class. So
cool.
It's kind of cool to see some of the guys from Midwest checking us out, upper Midwest, I should say. We had 6 cars off the line, so actually there's only 3 running right now.
Yeah, there's 3 running, which is Nick Slinkard, Dakota Medlin, and James Robbins. Those are the 3 that are on course right now. Obviously, we cannot throw the green flag for the second line to start. So we got to figure out here what they're going to do. Are they going to let these guys continue to run? Are they going to do a restart on them?
Yeah.
They are actually red flagging them, so they
red
will be
flag,
stopping
so
once they
it'll
get
be
past.
complete restart since we didn't complete 1 lap. So it'll
Right.
be complete restart. We'll see if anybody can continue on that was involved in that accident. Get everybody back to the line. So they've already pulled the cars that were up on staging back into row 2. And we'll get the original guys back up to the line, the 927.
Yeah, the 927 of Nick Slinkard, the 432 of Dakota Medlin, and the 343 of James Robbins. That is the 3 cars that continued on, did not get up in the entanglement that just happened.
Guess what? Those guys got a 1 lap advantage. They just saw the track.
Again, they were doing some practice this morning.
Well, it's a whole, you know how it changes.
Yeah.
So, like I say, that was about 75 yards or so from the actual start. And it goes from basically, I want to say, 10 wide, it looks like, at the start. Right at the gate, they can actually start 10.
Well, no, they can't.
Actually, 8 wide.
8 wide. They were 10 wide last race.
But it looks like it's probably 4 wide as they do that soft right-hand turn going up the hill. Right where they start to crest the hill to go up, all of a sudden it goes to 4 wide.
Right, and nobody wants to give up their line.
Well,
but you have to at some point go, okay, I know, at this position, if you see the car that's in front of you is in front of you, you don't want to you don't want to overturn that. Like, because they're already faster than you. They're already going up the hill before you. But racing's racing.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, they can groove their tires, and you can groove a tire. The guys that got here we go with the budget can afford to buy soft rubber tires, soft compound, and they can groove them. You can groove them to last the race. You can groove them to get you 1 lap advantage. You can scoop them out, kind of thing.
Right.
So what do you do in this situation? Do you do the aggressive cut that'll wear off probably in a lap and a half, 2 laps, and hope like hell you got the track position and can hang on to it? Or do you do the not conservative, but a different theory of way of doing things to have more traction towards the end of the race? And we're only talking 4 laps. So I'm thinking if that was me, I would be grooving the heck out of them. Get me to turn 1 first, and I'll take it from there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it sounds like while we're on a red flag, it sounds like we're going to go to a commercial break here. So we'll see you guys back here in just a moment.
We just couldn't get longer life out of our belts. That's why we were so excited when we found these new Gates Redline belts. They have a super simple 3-step process for breaking in your belt the right way. Clean the sheaves with a Scotch-Brite pad. Remove any old belt residue, glazing, oil, or debris on the clutch sheave area with alcohol or acetone and
Down here in the pits with Corey Willis, getting everything tuned in. You've been out there doing a little practice. How's it feeling?
Yeah, man, it's a brand new build. S3 just finished up the chassis, and we got out there and had to do all the setup on it. Made about 7 adjustments, and pretty close getting there. Track's amazing. It's going to be a good weekend.
Yeah, this course is absolutely phenomenal. It really makes it a driver's course, so these small adjustments make a huge thing. So exactly what are you doing? Shocks, doing a little testing and tuning there, or what's going on?
Yeah, pretty much all suspension. So the setup that was on it, like I said, it's a brand new build that we did. So we raised the crossovers up some. We took and played with high speed, low speed, and did some tire pressure adjustments. And I think we've about got it money. It's about there. It's getting fast.
Yeah, the elevation change here at Mid-America Outdoors is awesome. I mean, the high banks, the jumps, so you have to really fine-tune it for a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you definitely do. It's a totally different track, and everyone should experience this track. It's totally different, and it'll test your setup.
Absolutely, and just with everything that it has here to offer, it's great to see you out here racing with us.
Yeah, we're really excited. I came out here the last 2 times just kind of studying the track and seeing what setups work, and we felt like we got a little grip on what needs to be done, and we're going to test and see if that theory's accurate or not.
Well, only one way to find out, so best of luck, and we'll see how it shakes out.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
Well, thanks, and we'll send it back up to you guys.
Ready for any challenge. Max's tires can handle even the most punishing off-road conditions. Max's tires. Tread victoriously.
All right.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, Pam just made it on time. She had to run off and kind of talk to some of the guys that were here hanging out. We have some of the drivers. Scooby's up here. We'll talk to him in just a second.
Yes.
And we're about ready to take the green flag. It looks like we lost, I think, all 3 cores that were involved in that incident. I also want to call out a buddy of mine, a young guy from the Midwest. I think it was Barker River. No, it was Crandon one year. Solomon. He was like, I had my own golf cart. Well, he wanted to drive, so I had a chauffeur all weekend long. In my own golf cart. I sat in the back seat. He drove. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? I'm like, wherever you're driving, brother. So Solomon's tuned in. Thanks a lot, buddy. It's good seeing you. And we were just a second away from the green flag. It's in hand. It's down, and it is up. We're back underway. And yes.
So there's only 3 of them. So the 3 that did that first lap are the ones that are off the line. So it's the 927 of Nick Slinkard, the 432 of Dakota Medlin, and the 343 of James Robbins.
A late start from another Yamaha. Missed the number that pulled out, but
we will know here momentarily for sure. And they went down the hole shot area. They are going to make like a hairpin style turn right there around those rocks, and they will go up into Talladega. That Talladega turn is definitely a very steep turn. So that was the 55 of Waylon Wharton that just went off the line in that Yamaha.
So I know one car.
He was involved in that.
Yeah, one car I know went off on the forklift. Oh, here's our second wave off the line. And a little bit smarter way of doing it. They already had a separation before, right at the line.
Well, they had a front row. They had a front row show of what happened.
Yeah. Hey guys, what do you think? I'll go off first. You go off second. Okay, thumbs up for everybody. And
exactly.
Yeah. Let's race after turn 2 or 3, and let's go at it then.
Right, exactly. And that is the 55 of Waylon Wharton. That you just saw on screen. Looks like someone pulled off to the side there. That is the 927 of Nick Slinkard just pulled off to the side. Not sure what happened.
Yeah, he's off the race course, and it's almost like he's got an electrical issue or transmission issue or something.
Something's going on, but he's definitely trying to just get out of the way.
Yeah,
so
he's moving, but off of race pace, obviously.
Get out of the way there, and what you do is you just get out of the way so they don't have to throw a caution. Let the heat race continue on.
There's a great drone shot of our race action and part of the course.
And that is the tabletop that you can take going super fast. It's the next one that they come up to that has that lip that I was talking about, that you have to know where you want to hit that, or it's going to kick your rear end up and make you nosedive on the other side.
And it looks like they're coming up just short of clearing it, and that is actually probably, maybe close to 100 foot in distance.
I know that at one point they had an 80-foot jump. I'm not sure if they extended it out, but that's over there in that Ultimax spillway area.
Yeah, the 55's all by himself out there.
Waylon Wharton, yeah.
Yeah.
He is way out front. Not sure if they're just having some issues or just taking it easy.
Again, these heat races, I'm calling them waves, as they're a single class race, but multiple divisions as they take off the line. So we'll call them, I call them race 1 in this class is wave 1. Wave 2 is the same class, but multiple cars. Here's the thing. They are racing for starting position in the main event later on this afternoon.
Yes, they are.
So it sounds complicated how they're lining them up, but if there's 2 waves in your class, if you win your wave or your heat race, you're starting on the pole. If you win heat race number 2 or wave 2, you're starting in the second spot.
And that's probably where they go by timing. So if the person in heat 2 gets a faster time than the person that got the pole in heat 1, I'm wondering if that's where they're like,
really complicate things. And it looks like we're in the process of possibly losing one of our inflatables. The wind is getting pretty stiff out there in certain areas, and that's up on top of the hill. So, but 4 laps. We'll call them qualifying races.
Heat races?
Yeah.
They are heat races and on screen. That is the 431 of Bree Seek out of Paola, Kansas.
This is the amateur naturally aspirated. Coming up next will be race number 9 with 15 entries. And that's a pro naturally aspirated.
Pro in a class. That is the 55 on screen right there. It just went off that tabletop jump of Waylon Wharton.
Once again,
spillway, the Ultimax spillway.
I want to invite everybody that's watching us right now. Where are you watching us from? Are you your hometown, your office, your home, your garage, your shop? Wherever it is, let us know where you're watching us from, what town you're from, and who you're cheering on, and we'll call you out the best we can time permitted. But
nice
we're
little-
blitzing through them right now. One of our drones is like right in front of us off the stage here.
I believe that is Bree Seek right there on screen, the 431, battling it out. I'm not sure what the other, I believe, I couldn't see the number that's right in front of her.
There's a good distance shot of the entire race course going from our far right looking left. There's the pond there in the middle. You saw the crowd shot on the hill to the left.
And they just went through the rhythm section is what they just did on screen. Like I said, that's Bree Seek. I'm not sure the car in front of her. I did not catch the number of that car. We'll catch it as they come through this next time.
All right, Carla Jordan from Ozark, Missouri just checked in, as well as Penny Sherwood from Bristow, Oklahoma. Thank you so much, guys. Kind of makes us feel cool that you're watching us.
Yeah, that is awesome battle going on right there. They just came through, so that's Bree Seek in the 431 and the 237 of Josie Watkins. They are battling it out right there on screen. They're going up, down where the HMF Hole Shot Award will be given out later on in the main events.
Now let's watch how they handle the bottom of the hill right here. They kind of tiptoe down the hill, not overly aggressive.
Well, you know, it's like, do you want to be overly aggressive just for that one position,
spot,
or just take it
know,
easy and
it's
pass
kinda,
them somewhere else on race
It's
course?
kind of nice. It's kind of cool that you brought that up, because definitely there's going to be a little bit of a break between the heat races and the main events later on this afternoon. A little bit of a break, and as soon as we hit that first race of the main events, you could definitely tell that the momentum, the attitude, the anticipation has just amped up drastically from what we have this morning so far.
Exactly. I know, and it is definitely dusty out there. Our free water we got overnight by Mother Nature is already absorbed, and we are using water trucks between each heat race. We did not really have to do that last time we were here in round one, but they're definitely using the water truck today. But we are at round 2 of Mid-America Outdoors Side-by-Side Championship Series. It's going to be an awesome year of racing. We've already seen that, but out here at round 2 this weekend. Gorgeous weather.
Yeah, in fact, we got some more people checking in. Thank you so much. Noah Vogelsong, Team 904, Mike Park and Chris Smith cheering them on. Michelle Benton from Walterboro, South Carolina.
There's a lot of people here from South Carolina, though.
Following Skid Row Racing, Haley Boodle and Jeb Boodle. And then Larry Orth has checked in from Ohio.
So Jeb Boodle, I have not met him yet, but he is, I believe, 17 years old. He's the one who had the fastest lap at round 1.
Yeah.
Of all.
One of the youngest drivers in the full-size cars.
In the pro class.
Yeah, and
right.
Fastest lap. Well, you're young. You got a roll cage, and you got no fear.
Right, exactly.
Plus, you got all those chicks to impress. Remember when you were 17?
That was a long time ago. Long time ago.
White flag is out as they're coming around. A little bit of race action going on again. These two have been battling. What is it, 431?
It is Bree Seek and Josie Watkins. Those are the two that are battling it out. You can see on screen. It looks like Bree Seek got around Josie. Last lap around, Josie was in front of Bree.
It happened right in front of us at the bottom of the hill in that wet section, yeah.
So Bree Seek, she lives in the city that Miles lives in, Paola, Kansas.
Really? There's more than 2 people live there?
I've never been there.
No?
Nope.
I never heard of it.
I've heard of it. I just have never been there. So on the live timing, we have in that first position Dakota Medlin in the 432, James Robbins in the 343, Waylon Wharton in the number 55. That is in Division 1 of race number 8. Division 2, we have Josie Watkins in that 237, which we did see Bree Seek actually is in front of Josie now. And then we have, it says Bree Seek, the 431 is in second position. Ashlyn Rowden in the number 15 in the third position. And then Josie Watkins, or Kenneth Bloomfield, the number 8 in that third position. So if you're wondering how you can watch the live timing, what you can do is you can go to the Mid-America Outdoors website and go to the short course link on the website. And then what you'll do from there, where it says MAO Racing, you'll click on Side-by-Side Championship Series. Once you click on there, you go to Race Results, and you can click on the live results, and you can watch exactly what we're watching here, and you can watch the live timing as well. During the race, it's going to be interesting to see because it's going to have that live timing, split timing. So that's the number 55 of Waylon Wharton.
He's
came through.
Yeah, he's just dominated this race. not only his wave or his starting group, but he just pulled away from everybody. Got some more people checking in. Bill Shaw once again cheering on R&R Steel Racing. He'll be here Memorial Day weekend. He's watching us from Las Vegas. Frederick Shipley's watching from North Carolina, cheering on Scraping By Racing. And then Brett Cox is cheering on the Cox family, Oklahoma, watching Tanner Thompson, R.J. Tremblay, and the backers also watching DBSR.
All right, looks like they're going to bring over the 431 of Bree Seek, and it looks like Miles will be down there here just momentarily to get an interview. And the 237 of Josie Watkins, she came through second position just now in that Division 2 of the race. I mean, it's a race to the finish. You can see right there the number 15 of Ashlyn Rowden. She just came through full throttle till the end, and that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you're on it till the end.
Yeah.
Until that checkered flag's waving.
Don't lift until you cross the line.
Exactly. 100% for sure.
We got one of our professional Can-Am drivers.
Oh, he's watching the track.
Yeah, exactly. He's down here probably about 100 feet from our stage, and he's just down there, arms crossed in front of him. Well, sounds like Miles down trackside with our winner. Miles, take it away.
Miles, coming to you in 3, 2, 1.
It was really good. A couple ruts, but managed to get through it.
Yeah, the Mid-America crew here has done an amazing job from track maintenance to all the safety things, and you're out here running hard, having fun, and enjoying yourself, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part about the course, about this Mid-America Outdoors track?
Probably everything.
Yeah, and so the race course is one thing, it's awesome, but the off-road park here itself is awesome. I mean, you can go wash this car and get ready for the next race.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a great day of racing, but your day is not over yet. Best of luck to you in your main, and have fun out there, Bree.
Thank you.
Well, while we have a quick break, we'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to the Mid-America Outdoors Side-by-Side Championship Series Round 2. We just heard from Bree Seek down there. She did awesome on race course, so she'll be going back and getting ready for the race. We're not done yet, though.
Oh, boy.
Next up, race number
9,
the Pro NA class.
No, what does that mean?
Naturally aspirated.
Naturally aspirated. Okay, well, here's our lineup real quick. They're already at the line getting ready to go green, so here's our lineup real quick. From Lindstrom, Minnesota. Don't you know, eh? Number 9 of Jack Letourneau. He's lined up against the 09 of Mike Letourneau, also from Minnesota, obviously. We got Colin Truitt, number 17 from Nebo, North Carolina, out of Polaris. Another driver out of Polaris is Kanan Baker from Owasso, Oklahoma. In the 21, Sean Hess. He's in the 22 from Munster, Texas, in a Honda Talon. How about that? Number 41 of Jeb Boodle from Yemassee, South Carolina, in a Yamaha. Another rider out there in the Polaris. Number 43, Tyler Remereed from Bennington, Nebraska. And we're underway with wave number 1 on the Polaris. This is 64 of Robert Van Beekum from Queen Creek, Arizona. Toby Garman in the 71 from Van Alston, Texas, in a Polaris. Jacob Giesenstorff from Lake Charles, Louisiana, in a Honda Talon. 93, Eddie Ensign, 95 from Amite, Louisiana, in a Honda. Kyler Holcomb from Azle, Texas, in a Yamaha. Michael Dunnigan from Hazlet, Texas, in a
that is an Articat.
Articat, there we go. And in the 717, Ray Barnes from Tahlequah, Oklahoma, under Polaris.
Colin Truitt just took off the line. He was not in the first position, but he came down with that number 1 position. As you were going through, everybody, Tyler Rimreed was going through. He was having some issues getting up that first off the start, going up that very steep hill into the horseshoe that we have right here on the start. So not sure what's going on with his car. He is definitely, getting well seasoned in this sport, racing multiple series.
Now, I can ask you one question. Do you know if some of these drivers have more than one spotter? Because this course is right around 2 miles in length. And especially at the start, there's so much going on right here that you really need a spotter as compared to the rest of the course.
I don't know. I haven't spoken to any of them about if they have multiple spotters, but that would make sense because, and I actually haven't sat down underneath where the awning is, what we were talking about, where you can go sit and watch the racing. From right there, you might be able to see the start and over there, but like I just said, I haven't seen it. I don't see why people would run multiple spotters in the areas that you can't see, but I don't know where they would be able to go.
Oh, man, here we go. Now we're starting to see drivers clearing that tabletop.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're hanging it up, people.
Well, and that is Tyler is getting ready to go off that second tabletop. He is the one that flat landed on the other side last race.
Yeah.
He cleared it and flat landed. He came up and talked to us, and he had a little bit of a back was sore from it.
But he said he'd do it again.
You're racing. Why wouldn't you? So,
completing lap number 1. Here come our leaders once again. That is
I believe that's Jeb Boodle that's in that number 1 position. Okay. Who has owns the fastest lap here so far. No, that was Kyler Holcomb in the number 99 that just came through in that number 1 position. So we have Kyler Holcomb, number 1.
Just a second ago, the black car was a 717. It looked like, I could be wrong, but I want to say
Ray Barnes?
Yeah, Ray Barnes passed a car going up the hill right in front of us, and then passed another one coming down the hill.
So
very impressive moves. Yeah, very impressive moves.
So coming through in order, how they came through, we have the 99 in the number 1 position of Kyler Holcomb. Kanan Baker, number 21, in that second position. Brock Lawson, number 955 in that third. Ray Barnes, 717 in fourth. But you saw him pass 2 cars, so he's changed in position already. Michael Dunnigan, the 524, in that 5th position. Tyler Rimreed, number 6, he is the number 43. Then we have in the second division that took off the line, Colin Truitt in that number 1 position. He is number 17. Jeb Boodle, number 41, second position. Eddie Ensign, number 95 in that third. Robert Van Beekem, number 64 in fourth. Jacob Giesendorf, 93 in that 5th position. And Sean Hess, number 22 in 6th. Now, Robert Van Beekem, who's out on race course right now, his son was in the last race that actually took a tumble right off the start. He was involved in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was Ryder Van Beekem. He's a young driver that's been driving since he started, I believe he started in trophy carts like all of our kids have done.
In fact, Robert was driving back when Yamaha, the only UTV that was out there in the market was the Yamaha Rhinos, and he was one of the original ones behind that as well. So then he eventually moved into Kawasaki, I think it was, and ran for Monster Energy Kawasaki for a bit. And but he's still doing it, man. In fact, he's the one that came off the course yesterday after practice with 2 slicks. Just wore those things down to the core.
Exactly.
So we got Larry Orth that's just checked in, going cheering on Cash Racing, as well as Michelle Benton, saying, "Go, Jeb, go!"
Man, Kyler Holcomb is on a rail. He's out there, number 1. He's running a 2:04.493. Brock Lawson now is in that number 2nd position. Kanan Baker's in 3rd. Ray Barnes 4th. Tyler Rimreed 5th. So Tyler went off the line with some issues, but he's now picked it up, and he is in that.
Looks like we got a pass for no, not quite.
Not yet.
It looked like that was the final podium spot for they're battling for. 3 cars are going at it right now. Little bumper banging back and forth, but now no tire touching just yet. Man, the day's just getting better and better. You kidding me?
Better for sure.
Wow.
The watering of the track is definitely
the weather's
awesome.
So beautiful right now.
I'm not complaining one bit. On screen, look at that battle we have going on. That is between, I believe, Kanan Baker, Tyler Rimreed.
There's Colin Truitt on camera right now, the number 1 spot.
And Ray
Jeb
Barnes.
Boodle. And Robert Van Beekem running that 3rd spot, so not a bad run for him. Eddie Ensign, Sean Hess, running 4th and 5th.
So them right there running for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Oh, my gosh, it's such a tight race right there. Whenever people are battling it out, too, that just gives a chance for the people behind to catch up, because even though they're battling it out, it is still changing up their driving skills. They have to check up a little bit more so they don't get into each other. But it definitely gives the people behind a little bit of a chance to pick up a notch. But it's the great battles going on out on the race course.
Has Van Beekem running up front in his wave. And he's got a pretty old, I want to say that's a 7-year-old car, 8-year-old car.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That he's running. It was a tired looking old girl when I was looking at it last night.
And here we have Kyler Holcomb coming through the start-finish line. And right now, what they were just showing on screen, that is the Ultimax spillway. That's where we have the triple jumps going on. So we have Kyler Holcomb in that number 1 position. Brock Lawson actually is in number 2. Tyler Rimrate has now got into the 3rd position.
Man, nice driving style there, boy.
Ray Barnes. Oh, we have a
right rear flat.
Yes. Colin Truitt is making a pass going up that steep hill into the hairpin, or the horseshoe, I should say. I believe that is Kanan Baker. That is Kanan Baker with the
We got one car slowing, pulling off the track. Looks like a left rear flat tire. That is the 64.
That's Robert Van Beekem. But that is on course. That is Kanan Baker, the number 21, with a right rear flat. So
I don't think that was
number 64, Robert Van Beekem.
Because that's not the car I saw him in yesterday.
He has another car, too. He's racing in another class as well.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yes. Multiple cars.
That's a nice little tow for him, too, out of Queens Creek, Arizona. Well, we got a couple drivers up here kind of want to jump on camera and kind of hang out for a bit. And I want to say, is one of them Scooby? One of them Scooby? We're going to call him out. Scooby!
We have Caleb Edmonds coming up here with us. He can give us some insight because he's been out on race course today already. Hi, Caleb. How are you?
Pretty good. How about y'all?
We're doing wonderful.
No. We're going by Scooby from now on.
I can't call him Scooby. I've already asked him his name like 10 times. I'm trying to remember that.
This one. He's the first one in the series that I kind of like nickname guys.
Right.
And hanging out with you a little bit yesterday, 15, 20 minutes or so?
Breakfast.
It didn't take long. It just seemed to fit, man. Your personality is so cool to hang out with and so upbeat. What was it like so far in practice this morning before you get ready to go?
I didn't really practice this morning. I practiced yesterday, but in the heat, it was nice. The track was good. It's different from last year, but from the racer's point of view, at least mine, I think it's better.
So what are you looking for this afternoon?
Are
you good to go? Is the thing 100%?
Well, we broke a tie rod and cut a wiring harness down earlier. We got it fixed. We're back up and running. Luke at Redline Performance in Wisconsin, they built an amazing car for me. Breeze built a chassis, so
that's awesome.
That makes it really nice. It's
I'm a cheesehead at heart. I'm former
cheese now.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the race course? Right now they're going through the Talladega area right there. What do you think about this race course? Oh, that's actually not Talladega right there. But what was your favorite part out there during your heat race this morning?
I'm from South Carolina, the Georgia area, so we don't have any whoops. So for us,
right.
I enjoy the whoop section out of the jump.
But you did say you're going to go home and try to build yourself a track.
Yes, ma'am.
On your property.
I built a few tracks on a professional level for a while there, so I'm going to build one back home so that way I can actually get a little practice in. Try to imitate some of the jumps here so that way I can get the feel for it a little better.
For sure. We've had a little bit of a change up on our lead times just now. Michael Dunnigan has taken over that number 1 spot. We could see Kanan Baker had a right rear flat. We're seeing some flats out there. Where are the rocks at that you think these people are hitting, getting these flat tires?
Really all over. If you get out in the fluff at all towards the outside, they're really bad.
Oh, that's where they're at.
Yeah,
okay.
They're really bad. So I know Kanan Baker was struggling with that yesterday.
Well, we were talking earlier about how when you're on this race course, to everybody at home that's watching it on screen, it just looks like a dirt track, but there's all those, gravelly, pebbly rocks, because when they're going by, you can hear them going ting, 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 ting.
Oh, no, in the car, you can hear them racking off the car, and especially when they water the track, you're going into the corner, and, one time it may be the same, and you go into the next time, and it'd be different. Like that corner there, I could come in towards the outside, and then the next time it'd push you. So, it changes up after every lap, so they have to really be on their toes.
Gotcha. And here we have 1, 2, and 3 coming in super, super close. We just had the 99 of Kyler Holcomb come in number 1, Brock Lawson number 2, and the 955. And Tyler Rimreed took off the line. I don't know if you were watching. He took off the line, and it's like he was playing a game in a way. It looked like something might have been wrong with his car, but he picked it up.
Oh, yeah, he did good. He did really good. He did good last time also, so he came out pretty good.
He did great last time, except for his clearing the tabletop and landing almost on top of...
I did that yesterday. I jumped the 80-footer, and I landed 20 feet on the other side of the jump and flat landed it. Yeah. So it definitely can be aggressive. And, for like people that don't have a lot of practice time out here, you don't know how to handle sometimes. So,
right.
You may take it in third gear and you may not. It's all depends. So, that's kind of the thing is maintaining the car. Everybody says you must first finish to finish first.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Kanan Baker just came in with no tire at all anymore on his car.
You got to give him props, though. He drove like that for 3 laps. So
exactly. That's exactly. Remember the last round, Kyle Cheney. He drove the whole entire race.
He didn't make it a full lap before he had a flat. So, these guys are determined to win. When you got someone that determined, that you're always going to come out good.
Exactly. It's been so far. It's been a great day out here. We've been going trackside down here with Miles Hasselquist and Tiffany Stone getting some interviews. I'm not sure if any of those guys just stopped, but lots of interviews going on.
Yep. A little bit about Jed Boodle. He, he raced
fastest last.
Yeah, he did last race, but I've raced with him for a few years, and he's an amazing driver. He's been having some car trouble here lately, but as far as him, that's definitely one to watch out for.
All right, we are going to go ahead and shoot it down there to Tiffany. So, Tiffany Stone, it's down to you.
Well, Kyler, that was a great run. We were just joking about dust, and I said, hey, how's the dust out there? You're like, Tiffany, I was in first. It's all good. But walk me through how that heat race was for you.
The heat race went pretty good. We pulled the whole shot pretty easily, I thought. We'll definitely be doing that again in the main. And at the end, I was pulling away, and something seemed to break on my back corner, and it just was leaning over, and the car was kind of leaning over going around right-hand corner. But we were able to hold on to the lead and be able to finish off first for the first heat race.
And talking about that, going back into the main, is there anything that you picked up with this heat race that you're definitely going to implement besides, of course, like you said, with the whole shot?
I would say definitely watch out for the mud on the track, and because they're going to be watering throughout the day, so there's always slick spots. In a couple corners, you could just slide off the track. So I'd just say just be careful and try to keep your lines and just watch for the track changes.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you in that main race. And like Kyler was saying, it's going to get a little bit slick out there. Blue Groove is definitely coming in. The wind should be able to keep some of the dust down, but we're going to see for the rest of the races. Back up to you guys.
Well, thanks a lot, Pam. Thanks a lot, Pam. And Scooby, some real quick. You're talking more about your competitors and how cool this is, or that guy is, or that equipment. Talk about your stuff, man.
We got to give them props too now. So this is my first year racing the turbo class. So I've got a lot of learning to do. Like I said before, Redline Performance in Wisconsin, they built an amazing car as far as motor and transmission. Power Sports 1, Ron Van Efferen, he's helped me out a lot. And yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I want to thank you for coming up here, man. This is exactly what we want you guys to do more often. And feel free to come up later on this afternoon after your race as well, man.
Perfect. Thank
Best of luck, bud.
Yes, and good luck out there today.
Thank you.
All right, and we are on race number 10. This is the Vet 40-plus NA class out on the line. We have 10 entries that are out on course right now. Well, they have a couple that will be taking off, as we are not taking off all 10 at the same time. So we have Terry Lackey in the number 04 out of Midlothian, Texas. Jeff Johnson, the number 27 out of Bentonville, Arkansas. 61 of Chuck Calvert, Madison, Wisconsin. The number 95 of Todd Rimreed of Bennington, Nebraska, which we just saw his son out on race course. The 112 of Austin Sides out of Sanger, Texas. The 401 of Chad Mayo out of Hickory Creek, Texas. We've already seen him out on race course once today. The 810 of Matt McGuire of Sapaloosa, Oklahoma. The 888 of Greg Rice out of Hazlet, Texas. 901 Mike Bucafusco out of Rowlett, Texas. And the 978 of Rick Schroeder out of Joplin, Missouri.
Well, it looks like, yeah, we're back underway. We still got waves of cars taking that green flag. And so we had 10 entries, like Pam said, in the Vet 40 Plus naturally aspirated. Now it looks like we're going to have the Vet 40 Plus Turbo take the green flag.
Oh, we have 7 entries in that one. So we have Harlan Holland out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. In the 14H, the number 23 of Perry Mahoney out of Arlington, Texas. 39 of Sean Murphy out of Claremore, Oklahoma. The number 47 of Rusty Pipes out of Bosser City, Louisiana. 73 of Pablo Jimenez out of Boulder, Colorado. 84 of Robbie Ellis out of Wagner, Oklahoma. The 900 of Derek Steven out of Yucca, Oklahoma. So we have 17 cars in total that will be out on race course.
All the old guys.
All the old guys.
I can say that because I'm more than an old guy.
You can say the old guys, but you know what? They're out there. Some of these guys are racing in multiple classes. So,
yeah.
So they're just getting back out on race course. It's awesome. So coming through just now, we have the 401 of Chad MAO. He was off the line first in the Vet NA class, so he's number 1. Terry Lackey in the 04 in second place of the Vet 40 NA class. Tyler Rimreed in 3rd position, the number 95.
I want to say we got to look at what the timing of scoring is saying, but Pablo Jimenez out of Boulder, Colorado in the 73, he's kicking off some very fast lap times, at least it appears to be.
Well, he is in his division in the Vet 40 Plus Turbo. He is in number 1, the number 73 of Pablo Jimenez. 2nd position, 39 of Sean Murphy. But there's definitely a lot of action out there. And just now across the line, that was Todd Rimreed. So we have a little bit of a battle going on here. I'm not sure who that was, but on the back out in the Ultimax Spillway, we also have cars battling it out for position as well. A lot of fun action. We're going to be having some little guys coming in here in the booth. They're coming over to ask when they can come on up.
Well, it looks like Dave Remereed has checked in from Petersburg, Nebraska, as well as Kimberly Smith says, "Go Austin Sides."
So it looks like Todd Rimreed is in that number 1 position, and that number 95, he's in a Polaris RS1. They race multiple different series. But on screen there, I'm sorry, I can't make out the numbers. This is where I need to learn the cars better. But we do have a battle going on right here in front of us.
Yeah, plus the number plates aren't helping us when they're like 3-inch numbers. There's Jimenez right now. It looks like he might be catching the back of the pack of wave number 1.
The number 73.
Nice looking car.
So we got the...
Is that 84 going by,
that
Polaris?
Is Robbie Ellis, and coming through the start-finish line, you had 2 coming through at the same time. That is the 23 of Perry Murphy and the 900 of Derek Stevens.
Well, right now it looks like a lot of the races that are going on that used to be side by side or kind of battling back and forth have now separated. And all the cars appear to be kind of like probably gapped out evenly throughout the course in both waves. Again, we got the Vet 40 Plus naturally aspirated and the Vet 40 Plus Turbo out on course right now. And I believe the white flag should be coming out this time by for our leaders in wave 1 of 40 Plus NA. And we haven't seen it yet, so still quite a bit of racing to go.
That was the 901 that just came through. That is Mike Bucafusco. Bucafusco, actually, is how it is pronounced. His girlfriend is actually out here racing as well. Her name is Michelle. She has never raced anything ever in her life. She is now racing out here in the women's class Then she also is racing in a drag car. She's going to do pit bike racing. She's doing it all. I had a great conversation with her the other day, and she just, you know, she said, I have never got to do any of this, and I've always wanted to, so here
There's
I
the
am.
white flag. Yeah, in fact, honey, if you're going to hang out with me, you're going to race everything in sight.
So that was the number 73 of Pablo Jimenez that took the checkered flag. Or not
That's
the checkered flag, the
yeah.
white flag. I'm so sorry.
So that car's looking awfully clean. Really pretty graphics, blue and white. Number plate easy to see.
He's got something special on that car that makes the mud not stick. That's a great overview on camera right now that you're seeing of the race course. You got the rhythm section on the right-hand side. And they're going into the Ultimax spillway right here, going over the tabletops. That first one, like I was saying earlier, that's one that you can take, you know, at better, you know, bigger race speed. That one right there was a good one too. But this next one, or the last one, that looks like the lip might be getting a little worn down because normally, unless his shocks is definitely set up, I think that's Todd Rimreed right there that was going through the spillway. But it will buck you if you hit it the wrong way.
Kick up the back end, yeah.
And right there you can see all the covered seat.
Whoa, car over.
That is Pablo.
Wow, just caught the tail end of that. Have no idea what happened. But, man, you can tell that he's in a very precarious position. I would have to say the way he landed right there towards the end of what we were able to catch, that's a multiple endo. So
He's
you can see,
he's
out of the car.
So he's good. You can see his hose is still connected to his helmet. That is Bruce Wayne in the Batmobile. the Bat Samurai.
He's still got to unhook the hose there, man. Or is he saying, no, to heck with it?
I don't know. Maybe he's having trouble getting it unhooked. I'm not sure. That's they have those. Some people run those mag locks where it just is a magnet.
Well, either way, he's still hung up on his car.
He is still hung up for sure on his car. There's lots of action going on behind us back here.
Hey, Jason Dowdy checked in. He's cheering on Terry Lackey. White flag is still out, as it appears the rest of the field. Now, that's one of the first cars I've seen that's running an outside rearview mirror.
Huh. I'm not sure why they would do that, but...
Be able to see the guy behind you?
An outside rearview mirror. I don't know.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little dusty. There's enough wind going on to blow it off to the side, so that's not a problem as far as vision goes. But overall, the course is starting to look a little bit on the dusty side. Nice little two-car battle going on a little bit further in the pack. That's the 84, I want to say, and... Yeah, it's actually Robbie Ellis and Perry Mahanahay running back into 4th and 5th.
All right, looks like Terry Lackey in the 04 just came through, and Chad Mayo in that second position of the 401. Todd Rimreed in third. And the number 95, that is in the Vet 40 NA class. The Vet Turbo class was first place Robbie Ellis, the number 84. Second position, Perry Mahoney in that number 23. Rusty Pipes saying he's in that 4th position. It says Derek Steven was in 2nd.
Well, here comes a checkered flag for our next driver across the line. Checkered flag is in hand. And here we go. So, oh, no, still the white flag.
That, I believe, was Austin Sides. Or
well, how about that? The car that I called out for running a outside mirror won the first wave of the heats. Let's see, it's a 40, is it 44?
47, that is Mr. Rusty Pipes, and he is in the Vet 40-plus Turbo class.
39 crosses line right behind him in a Can-Am.
And the number 39 is Sean Murphy out of Claremore, Oklahoma, in that number 39.
And here comes a Can-Am across the line, well off the pace. Is that Holton? Holland. There we go, Holland, number 14. In a three-way battle across the line. So that's Robbie Ellis, Perry Mahanahay, and Derek Steven finishing 4th, 5th, and 6th. Robbie made a pass in the last lap to move up one spot. Uh-oh. Things are getting important up here now.
So we're going to have some guests up here. We're going to talk to them in just a moment, but we'll let them do their interviews down lower before we get into our next race. Actually, we can go ahead and start. We'll have to cut off for a second to go down to our interviews. But we have Lori and Mel with Ultimax belts up here in the booth. And I just learned about your belts here at the round one. I never knew about it. Tell us a little bit about the belts that the racers are running out here.
Sure. We make Ultimax belts made by Timken. We're actually located about 2 hours up the road from Mid-America in Springfield, Missouri. So our belts are made in America. We're proud of that. We have a lot of, we have different levels of belts. We have a belt with a 1-year warranty, a belt with a 2-year warranty, and a belt with a 3-year warranty called our XP. And that is made with a very high temperature resistant compound and aramid cord. We are also owned by Timken, which is well known for their bearings.
Oh, so, nice. Yeah, okay, we're going to cut off with just a second. We're going to go down to Miss Tiffany Stone. She has an interview down there for us.
Tiffany, come to you in 3, 2, 1.
Todd, it's so good to chat with you. We were just discussing how well the track is coming up. From your eyes and your perspective, what do you see right now?
It felt really good. It's fast, and you know, the corners are a little wet, but that's kind of good to keep the dust down. So.
And talking about that, you know, we've got that new gate set up down there, and you've got 8 different cars each side of you, not necessarily each side of you, but 8 altogether on that first row. Talk to me how it is to go right up that hill, right out of that gate.
You know, it's always crazy to do a land rush start like that, and then to go up a hill and around a corner you can't see. It's pretty exciting, but you know, it was getting pretty dusty over there at the start too, so it's awesome.
Well, we see that the wind's picking up just a little bit. That should help keep the dust down. What do you think the predictions are going to be for your race in the main?
My race in the main? Well, I'm hoping to be on the podium and talking to you again, so watch out for number 43 in the Pro NA, my son, Tyler.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully we'll be able to get a chance to chat with you again just a little bit.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Tiffany. And down there with Mr. Todd Rimreed, his son Tyler also just raced right before him. But go ahead and let's finish talking about your belts, because I want to hear all about these.
Okay. Well, you know, it's exciting. I work as a marketing manager for the belts, and my office is right outside the factory where they're made, so I can walk out there and see them on the line, see them in production, look at the team, talk to the team that actually builds them. So that's kind of exciting, and I'm into manufacturing anyway, so it's something I enjoy.
Awesome.
We're always working to develop more and better products. We do actually work with a lot of the OEMs, so a lot of our engineering and things are very well developed because of that relationship we have. So we really understand the different clutching and the different parameters of the drives that we're trying to make belts for. So it's not a one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter kind of thing.
Right.
It's very, very specific to the application.
Well, that's really, I know, Polaris's, people have always said they have trouble with their belts and everything. My son blew a belt here on round 1. I'm like, man, he should have had Ultimax on there when I learned about your belts. So it's definitely awesome to hear about them. And people at home, you guys, definitely check them out because they support the park, supporting racers, helping them out. And you guys just heard, they have warranties on their belts. I don't think I've ever heard of a warranty on a belt ever. So that's awesome. And then last night, y'all brought some cupcakes for us.
Yeah, we did.
Keeping them all fed and sugared up. But Mel, what do you do with the Ultimax?
I'm an outside sales representative. I work with the wholesalers promoting the Ultimax belts that go to the dealers. But the park falls in my territory.
Okay.
And it's been exciting to see how the growth has been here in Mid-America with all the amenities and what it brings more than just for the racers, for their families, for the kids.
Yes.
And they just keep adding stuff. So we're very, very excited to be a sponsor of the park and continue helping it grow.
Yeah, you guys should definitely be proud. This place is awesome. Like I've never been here till the 918 race. I wasn't here at Visions last year, so I'm new to this park. I've been in the racing world, but not new to here, and so it's awesome. Yeah. You guys definitely be proud to do it. You guys are now sponsoring our Ultimax spillway area where the triple tabletops are, and it's awesome. But you guys, if you want to come back up later on and chit chat with us again, I would love for you guys to do so. But thank you so much for coming up and talking about the belts.
Great.
No, thanks for the time.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
It's been fun, and we love being at the park, and you guys are doing a great job. So
yes,
we'll always be back.
The whole team here is like one big family. Jason and Gayla have been putting on a great event, and I love being here. It's awesome. So.
Yeah, and every time we come here, we come frequently. There's always more and more development. I mean, there's always something new. So I don't think it's
cabins.
I don't think they're done yet.
No, I don't think so either. So yeah, they're just making it more. I mean, it's already family friendly, but they're just making it more and more family friendly. So, and we're having the off-road park. You know, if somebody blows a belt out there, you can walk in and buy it in the pro shop.
Right. That's right.
I love walking in and seeing the displays of everybody that's helping out with the park and displaying, their products. So, but
We're
thank
proud of it.
you.
Thank you
so much. It was nice meeting you guys too.
Same here.
All right.
We'll see you again.
All right, we'll be here. Thank you. All right, and we are going to go to a commercial to take care of some of the people that support the park, so we'll be back in just a moment. We have Scott here. He came in with a special guest. So, Scott, take it away.
I had a chance to talk to this young guy just for like 30 seconds. Him and his dad are up here with us. And Tanner Thompson. Hey, congratulations this morning, man, as our next race goes off the line.
That is race 11. It's our Youth 1000 class.
Hang tight with us. We'll get a talk with him in a second. You just hang tight and watch the racing, all right?
All right. So off the line is the 3C of Case Beeman, the number 11 of Carta Caraway, 42 of Rowdy Speaks, 64 of Ryder Van Beekum, the number 225 of Ty Lukenmeyer, the 250 of Crichton Jordan, the 979 of Jace Leach, 999 Carson Bell, and the 810 of Ryan Tremblay.
Our second wave of cars are off the line, headed up to the hill.
So we have a total of 9 out on race course.
Okay, 6 in the first and 3 in the second. Okay.
So in here with us, though, Tanner Thompson, you are racing in the youth mod? Okay, so now you have the youth class up on race course right now doing their heat race. Are you looking forward to going into this class?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to do an RS1 or?
RS1.
RS1, do you already have one?
Yeah, I have two. I drive them at my house. My dad has
two?
a
You have
track.
two.
He
Dad,
said
I
one.
want one.
Not bad. Not bad.
How old are you, Tanner?
9. I just turned 9.
You just turned
9 years old. I'm thinking. I got a granddaughter that's 9, and I can't imagine her racing one of these things.
So right there,
And
they just went over the water clearing right there. But they have to jump over the creek crossing. Are you looking? Go ahead.
Okay, Tanner. Now talk about you guys and you and your dad racing together. Is that fun? You two talking back and forth while the race is going on?
He would just talk to me to spot where I'm at and
Yeah.
who's behind me and what to do.
Yeah. And do you listen to him though?
Sometimes.
Does he ever, like, if you don't do what he tells you to do as far as the spotting goes, does he like, dude, what are you doing? Come on, man. Does he like yell at you?
Yeah.
Oh, really? He's calling out Dad. Remember, Dad is taking care of your race cars, so whether you race or not, it's kind of up to him as long as you're being good, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. As long as you keep winning, keep doing well, I'm sure your dad's going to be behind everything you do, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, who helps you guys out on the race car as far as sponsors go?
God, PCI Race Radio, Mom and Dad, GSP, Graphic Sky, NGK Sports Plug, and that's it.
Really? And the thing is, he said God first. How cool is that, huh?
Awesome.
Yeah, and then it was Mom and Dad, and Mom before Dad. That's the even smarter thing to do. So, what do you hope to do this afternoon in your main events?
Maybe.
Think you'll get the whole shot?
Maybe try.
You gonna try to? Because you came close this afternoon or this morning.
Yeah.
So, well, you know what? I want you and your dad to come up here every chance you get. Talk to Pam or I, okay? We'll put you on camera. We'll talk about your racing, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck this afternoon, buddy. All right. Have a good time. Have fun.
Oh, and you're also a Mid-America Outdoor Ambassador, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the park, you represent the park, so that's awesome. So good luck today.
Yeah, you're one of us. You're going, oh, crap, not really. Oh, I'm supposed to shake your hand again, man. Smile. Come on, smile. Yeah, there we go. Come on. All right, nice job, man.
All right. Thank you so much, Tanner. We'll see you again later on, and good luck, and hopefully we see you up on the podium.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good day out there, and stay safe and rubber side down.
Yeah, you got it, man. Thank you for coming up here, both you and your dad. Next time we'll talk to him.
All right, I'm going to go through what we have. We have 2 divisions that took off the line. So in that number 1 position, we have Carson Vale out of Edgerton, Kansas in the 999 in the Youth 1000 division. Then we have in second place the 979 of Jace Leach out of Hempstead, Texas. Then in third position, R.J. Tremblay in the number 1810 out of Harrison, Arkansas. In fourth position, the number 42 of Rowdy Speaks out of Cowada, Oklahoma. Then in the fifth position, number 11, Carter Caraway out of Blue Ridge, Texas. Then in the second division, we have Ryder Van Beekum in that number 64 in the first position out of Queen Creek, Arizona. Second position, the 3C of Case Beeman out of Enola, Oklahoma. Third, the number 250 of Creighton Jordan out of Ozark, Missouri. And then Tyler Lukemeyer, the 225 out of Aldeo, Texas.
I got a buddy of mine checked in. He just moved to Arizona from Wisconsin. Kirk, thanks for checking in, man. I'm glad you're watching us. He's enjoying the broadcast so far. What do you mean so far? What's that supposed to mean? Dude. But, yeah, thanks for checking in, man.
Yeah, so up next, we're going to have race number 12.
Actually, no, it's the women's. Oh, you got it. I had it all set up, and then women, when you can't find something, it's because your wife moved it.
Do you know I have OCD, and I keep things, organized? I saw you messing with my papers.
And we were all set up just what they were, yeah.
Well, I'm missing one that says race 12 on it, so
Yep.
we should have women's turbo and women's NA coming up next. We should have about 19 entries, but I just saw Ryder Van Beekem come off race course.
He started off well off the pace. I mean, he was last off the line, and he just never was at full speed.
He's the one that took a tumble off the start of the last race that he was in. So that was unfortunate for him. He was in the amateur NA class. So
Brian Dervin checked in. He said, awesome interview, Tanner. Now I was watching, and she loves you. Jason Dowdy. Let's see. Beat Chad Mayo from Lynn Esminger, I think it is. And then Larry Orth goes, Cash is racing soon.
Well,
Thumbs up.
He did. He was out actually earlier. And I'm not sure what happened. I don't believe he came through the finish line, but he was out earlier in the Pro Turbo or the Expert Turbo class. So he was in our first race of the day. He did not finish the heat race, but
so the white flag is out right now, or has been for a bit. As we got our women already lined up and staging, ready to go. So I have a funny feeling this is going to be a fast snap from one race to the next.
Hey, I'm all for it. I'm actually jealous of all these women. I've met a few of them, and I love them to pieces. I'm jealous that I'm not out there racing with them.
Well, you know what?
It's okay. I'm having fun.
I'm going to start calling you Atna.
Huh?
I'm starting to call you Atna.
What's that?
All talk, no action.
Oh, jeez. my racing days are over.
Oh, please.
It's all about Hank's time.
Oh,
I did mine.
But, Mom, I want you to race. I could see that coming.
No.
Come on. If you get in a race and it's called a powder puff, I will never let you live it down.
I did that previously in my life.
I just never liked women's race being called a powder puff race.
I know. I raced it for like 6 years out in Barstow, California.
Ugh.
So,
Barstow. Heaven on earth right there.
The 225 of Ty Lukemeyer just came across and got the white flag. And on screen, I believe that is RJ Tremblay right there in the 1810 in that number 1 position that he just had on screen. He's got a very recognizable vehicle with the bright green cage.
So Kathy Brixey checked in. Go Crichton Jordan. Love Grandma. You always got to, no matter if it embarrasses them or not, you always got to say love Grandma.
Well, you're keeping up on all that stuff. I'm just doing timing and scoring here.
Well, because you're hoarding the laptop.
Well, I can put it in the middle, but...
But what? No.
There.
Yeah, that helps
now you
me.
You can see it.
Yeah, no. I can't, no.
Oh, my goodness
I got to be like this. I got to be even this closer. Oh. I'm having too much fun with you.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. What do you think about this new production trailer?
I feel like a VIP.
It's fancy. I like
VIP.
it. I love the desk that they
sofas.
built for us. It's awesome. We're branded on the front side, so people at home, when they're on screen with us, you can see the Mid-America Outdoors logo.
It's a full-blown semi-trailer with a lounge inside, slide-outs. The checkered flag is out. Cars are coming off the track. 999s across the line.
Carson Vale. That was not RJ Tremblay with the very recognizable car. It's Carson Vale, so I'll definitely remember that. He just came in that number 1 position. The 1810 of RJ Tremblay has that bright green cage as well, just came in second place. And then Case Beeman came in that 3rd position. You have Jace Leach, the 979. Got the American flag theme on the side.
With the blue stripe.
Yes.
Supporting the first responders.
Yes.
Our police officers. There's the 42.
The 42 of Rowdy Speaks.
Tell you, when you got racers in your lineup, whether one is Rusty, one is Rowdy, you got a cool racing series going on, man.
Exactly. All right, it sounds like we have Mr. Miles Hasselquist down there with Carson Vale. So, Miles, take it away.
Miles, coming to you in 3, 2, 1.
Carson Vale just got off the track. Another Kansas boy down here racing. How was your race out there, buddy?
It was fun. I need to stiffen my rear shocks up, tighten them up, make them stiffer. I'm bottoming out on all the jumps, so I got to fix that. But other than that, car's handling great.
And you've got 2 cars out here racing this weekend, correct?
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So you've been out there running hard. The track, you say it's getting is it getting faster?
Yeah, I'd say so. There's quite a bit of ruts building up, so people are going to have to watch out for those.
Yeah, so you just won your heat in the your heat race out there for the Youth 1K, having fun. What's the next class you're racing?
Expert NA.
Expert NA. That'll be a lot of fun. I know you and your dad will get back to the pits, work on this thing, and get it back in action.
Yes, sir.
Well, Well, Carson Vale, I'll let you head on back, but thanks for the chat, buddy.
See ya.
So we'll throw it back on up to you guys.
Well, thanks a lot, Miles. As we get ready to go for race number 13, they're at the line already, and let's go through our lineup. We've got a lot. We got 8 entries in women's turbo and 11 entries in women's naturally aspirated. Here's our women's turbo lineup. On the pole, number 6, out of Claremore, Oklahoma, Morgan Vanover. She's on a K&M. Also on a K&M, Lacey Tewksbury from Colleyville, Texas in the 13. From Claremore, Oklahoma as well as Marissa Smith in the 14 to K&M. A Polaris of Sperry, Oklahoma is driving Benna Nye in the 44. 88 of Crystal Rowden from Carthage, Missouri on a K&M. And right alongside the 314 of Katie Thomas from Lowell, Arkansas on a K&M. And the final 2 drivers in this class, both on K&Ms, the 519 of Jennifer MAO from Hickory Creek, Texas, and Kendra Hoop from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And now in the women's NA, we've got a lot of entries. Like I said, there's 11 there. On the pole for that, and the Polaris. In the 04, Emma Garman from Yemassee, South Carolina. On a Yamaha, Haley Boodle. On a Polaris from Carthage, Missouri, Ashley Rowden. And the 15, the 17 of Brooklyn Singleton from Coweta, Oklahoma. Why can't I never...
It's an Articat.
Articat. Cat. Major brain fade. Wow. From Stevensville, Texas on a Articat, the 109 of Holly Mulligan. Josie Watkins from Cameron, Missouri on a Polaris in the 237. Also on the Polaris from Paola, Kansas, the Bree Seek in the 431. Michelle Patiska from Rockwall, Texas, the 505.
She's the one I was saying that hasn't ever raced anything ever before.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Go, Michelle. What the heck? As long as your man is paying for it, rock it, man. Go.
I think she's paying for it.
Well, even better. Good for him. The 622 of Kaylee McGuire from Sapulpa, Oklahoma is on a Polaris. Our last 2 drivers, both on Polarises. One is from Berryville, Arkansas in the 774 of Shaylee Broker. And finally, Paige Lukemeyer from Aledo, Texas in the 806. Mouthful there, 2 races in one, multiple waves. We're just going to watch timing and scoring and call it best we can because this is going to be a beehive when they take off.
Exactly, and we've had, some of these have already raced once today. You have Kendra Hoop is already in the expert turbo class. She's out here again racing in her Can-Am again in the women's turbo class, so she's getting double duty time there. You got Haley Boodle, who's already been out on race course, Bree Seek, who just recently raced just a few minutes ago herself. So I love that these people are out here, doing multiple, but they are getting ready to go live here momentarily.
Giving one final countdown, you can see our track crew. One guy goes across the line, points at them, signifying that the driver should be given the nod. Going down the next car, the next car, the next car, and at that time, our flagman walks out probably about 150 feet, 200 feet out in front of the drivers, and that's where he's at right now. One final thumbs up, flag goes down.
And then
flag is up, we're on our way. Green flag is out for women's turbo. Look at the dust. Man, never would I thought. In Blue Groove at the top of the hill as they exit the left-hander coming down the hill. There's Blue Groove all the way down.
And that right there is why their tires are getting so worn. And some people change their tires out every single race because they have to. As you saw yesterday, I think it was Robert Van Beekham's.
Yeah.
That was a smooth tire.
Starting to delaminate even.
Yeah, I mean, you start off with a brand new tire, and by the end, it's a smooth, slick track racing. Next off the line, that is the NA class. So first off, the turbos went. So
that's wave 1 of
wave run. Yep, with 8 entries that went off on the turbo class, and then we have 11 that are going to be taking off in the NA. So we still have another line getting ready to take off. So they do that horseshoe right off the start. That is, like you were saying earlier, it's like 10 wide down to like 4 wide. So you have to, like a needle and a thread, come down to.
Wow, somebody's got a different kind of sound on this. Is that the Yamaha?
That would be a Yamaha.
But even the pipe makes it sound different than normal Yamahas.
But coming in with that horseshoe right off the bat, going into, the little bit of the right-hand straightaway, then they go up into the Talladega turn. So they have 2 gnarly U-turn style upgrade. I mean, what is that? Would you say, like 250 feet incline? I mean, they
Oh
have
yeah,
two of those right off the
the
bat.
elevation change from the starting line to the top of that hill.
But one
Yeah.
good thing about the Talladega turn, like this first horseshoe that they start off on, at the top it's kind of flattened out, right? So the Talladega turn
It's
is
like
a drift.
double apex.
Yeah, you can drift it. So if you practice it enough and know how to take that turn, you can definitely drift the course.
I think that that appears to be what everybody's doing because of that blue groove. Here come completing lap number 1. We've got the 13 running up front, 917 running in second.
So the 13 of Lacey Tewksbury, and then the 917 is Kendra Hoop. Kendra Hoop is another Mid-America Outdoors a brand ambassador, I should say, of the park. She's an ambassador here. So she was literally 0.688 of a second off of Lacey Tewksbury when she came through.
Yep, very close.
Very, very close.
Well, see, what I like about these cars also is we talked about how in a couple races ago, looking at the line before they took the green flag, how every car looked different.
Yes.
Everybody has their own idea of what they look like in a cage.
Yeah.
But now I'm looking at the same kind of thing, but also radiator and fan placement.
Yes, some
is
people,
different.
Yeah, some people put them in the back.
Way up high, trying to catch that air, but they're also going to catch mud, dust, rocks.
Exactly.
And then some have it laid down and rely on the fan to suck up or suck down the air.
Exactly.
So that's always cool to see different ideas on what works.
You know what else I like about the girls class, what I'm noticing? A lot of them have bright colors on them, on their cars. So it's going to be more recognizable on them. So we have the number 44 of Benna Nye came through in that number 1 position in the women's turbo. No, you saw Lacey Tewksbury, though, come through, correct?
Yeah, she was first in, in the first wave, yeah.
So right there on screen in the background that you could see the Talladega turn, but right now they are in the Ultimax spillway going off those tabletop jumps, which one of them is 80 feet long, and that's what we were just talking with Scooby about. I'm horrible. Scooby, that's so funny. What was his reasoning behind his nickname? I can't remember.
I don't know how he got on it, but just his personality, hanging out with him, and the way he was talking and his little bit of an accent just made it he was fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but Scooby was the first thing I thought of last night when we were hanging out, and he liked it. He liked it. So it's like, boom, so far it's stuck.
All right, so we just saw Lacey Tewksbury and Kendra Hoop coming through again. There is more of a gap now, so now there's a 1.255 second gap between Lacey Tewksbury and Kendra Hoop in the women's turbo class. And that's a great footage of the drone right there on Kendra Hoop right now. She has a very recognizable theme on her car. On the side it says Mid-America, but her car is a red, white, and blue.
Yeah, it's patriotic. Yep.
Definitely. And a lot of the stuff here at Mid-America is wrapped with a patriotic theme. Kendra Hoop in that number 2 position right behind Lacey Tewksbury. And they get spread out so quickly out here on race course, but it's all about strategy because depends on where you want to start. I mean, like last race, talking with my kid, they're right there on screen. That is the Talladega turn. You can see that's it's a steep incline, and then it actually rounds out instead of going flat at the top of the hill. And then right there on screen, you can see that they are coming down the horseshoe, where all you see the action right now up on the upper middle part of your screen. That is the horseshoe that they come on automatically right off the start line. Come down, they make that right-hand turn. Now they're up on that horseshoe, and lots of action going on there. Then when they come down, they make another right-hand turn, and that's when they go into the rhythm section.
I haven't seen it happen yet today, but you talk about coming down that hill and making that right-hand turn, and some of these guys, you see a little bit of a blue groove, a little bit of a wet spot right before it. But if they miss that turn, if they go wide, it's about a 10, 12-foot drop-off to the oncoming lane. And so far, nobody's come really close to it, but you just never – you don't know what's going to happen when we get into the main events.
And look at this battle coming through the start-finish line right now. But on screen, we do have battle going on out in the rhythm section. That is they were 3 wide just now getting ready to exit the rhythm section.
tell you, Tewksbury's looking so strong right now. Just, I mean, almost stealth fast, I guess you could call it, because she's not hanging it out. She's not showy. She's not like real aggressive.
She's smooth.
She's like an ice woman.
And smooth
Instead
as
of ice
fast.
man, ice woman.
Ice woman. All right, and here's the battle again.
Doors open.
They were 3 wide earlier. Now they are
Side by side coming across the start-finish line. Oop, I'm sorry, wrong reaction.
So this is before the tabletops, so they are entering into the tabletops now on that Ultimax spillway. You can see that lip right there, how it kind of kicks the rear end up and makes their front end go down. The first tabletop that they jump off of, it does not do that. So let's see if we can catch the number on the cars here when they come through.
Who do we have in the 314? We got
314 is Katie Thomas.
Katie Thomas is turned over on the side. I'm not exactly sure what happened. It was off camera, but she's on her side right now.
So we just had the 109 come through of Holly Mulligan. So they're on a yellow flag right here, the 774.
See, now this is a great example. If we got a camera right now on the start-finish line, there's the yellow flag and the white flag simultaneously. They come to almost a stop. The women are great at this. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They slow down right at that white-yellow flag. They're like probably 5 miles an hour all the way past the incident site, and as soon as they clear that car on the side, man, they nail it all over again and back on it.
Yeah, so we had Haley Boodle and Bree Seek just now. They were actually battling it out earlier, too. So Haley Boodle and Bree Seek just now, they're a part of the battle that has the 3 and 4 cars out there that were going 3 wide earlier. And you can still see on screen there are 4 of them battling it out. I believe the one in the front is Jen MAO with a 360 wrap on her car.
Oh, here we go with our finishers.
So that is the number 13 of Lacey Tewksbury. She came in first position just now. Second position, Kendra Hoop.
It was a lot closer at the finish line than it appeared in the prior lap.
So we'll see who's going to come in and take that number 3 spot in the heat race.
I believe this is a lap car right here. No, you got to pull off, girl.
That was the 04 that just went through of Emma Garman. She did get the checkered flag.
I believe this will be 3rd place right here in the first wave.
That is the number 6. That was Morgan Vanover in the women's turbo class.
The 44, Nye.
Yes, that is Benna Nye out of Sperry, Oklahoma. She is in the women's turbo class as well.
And there's 14.
14, Melissa Smith out of Claremore, Oklahoma. So unfortunate for Katie Thomas. Hopefully it's going to be an easy fix for her and she can get out into the main race. She will be starting in the back.
Well, here we have it as we are finishing with the women's races. Race 14, the final heat race event of the day. We'll take a quick break and then go right into our main events. We got 21 entries.
And Miles is down
Before
there ready.
That, yeah.
Yeah, trackside down there ready. I believe he's going to be with Miss Lacey Tewksbury and the number 13. And down to you, Miles.
We are down here. We have Kendra Hoop fresh off the track. How are you feeling out there?
I feel good. Much better than the men's race.
Yeah, it looked pretty rough out there, but the course is actually coming together, and it looked like you were pretty smooth out there. Is your strategy going to game plan so far?
Going pretty well. Aliana drove a great race, so I just got to get a little bit better for the main race.
So you're going to be in the main here in just a little bit. You have your daughter out there racing as well. She'll be racing a little bit later on.
No, no daughter for me. It's just me.
Oh, you're sorry about that. I misunderstood you. So, yeah, you'll be out there. You'll be running hard and bumping doors with the gals. I love seeing you gals out there running hard. It's pretty cool.
Yes, I love racing with the girls. I race with the men also. That's totally different, but it's fun for me to race with the women.
Yeah, and you've done a great job. What's your favorite part out there on track?
I'm definitely going to say I like the back stretch with the whoop-de-whoops.
Get a little rhythm section going on, get a little hang time. What's your favorite part in the park?
Oh, I just love that the park's family friendly. So even if you don't love the races, you can come out here and there's plenty to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's everything to do. It's an off-road resort is what I like to call it. The place is amazing.
Yes, I brought my dad today, so I'm happy that he's here and everyone can enjoy spending some time together.
Well, thanks for everything you're doing here at the park and out on track. We'll let you get back, check everything out, but I thoroughly appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Kendra, head on back, and we'll be right back after this. Thank you.
Your usual, sir?
Please. The sound of a 1,000cc turbo engine cranking at 8,000 RPMs just got better. HMF, the official sound of the off-road.
Kyle, it's always a great time chatting with you. How was practice today?
Man, we're here at Mid-America Outdoors, and the track's awesome right now. They did a really good job with the layout. The first couple laps, there was some marbles on the track, but everybody's been out there practicing. They got the track, it's hard blue groove now, and it's actually really good. I think we're going to get some rain tonight, which I think will be good because the track's dusty. They put some water on it today, but if we don't get rain, it's going to be dusty. So I think the rain tonight definitely could help, but looking for a good race tomorrow. I think the track conditions are going to be great.
And talking about that, we have a stack field in all of the different classes that we have here at Mid-America Outdoors. Talking about that, what do you think it's going to be? How do you think the turnout's going to be, especially with some great drivers?
Man, the first round in Pro Turbo, I think it was the biggest class here. Like, they had almost 30 racers, which is awesome. It's great having that many pros in the Pro Turbo class. It's great lining up against fast dudes because it just makes you faster. So I love coming down here and racing. There's always great competition, and it definitely just it's getting me ready for champ anyways.
And talking about that, we always talk about land rush starts. In Champ, you only have one land rush start. Here, it's every single round straight up into a hill. How difficult or how different is that for somebody who's never done something like that?
I think it's a lot about setup. Like, there's different companies. You know, Evo makes a tune for me that has it's like a launch control. So it's like that pretty much builds boost from 0 mile an hour. That way, when you take off, you're already building boost. So I think it's about having the right tools in your toolbox for every situation.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you, Kyle. It's always good to see you out here. Back up to you guys.
Well, welcome back, everybody. And that was Kyle Cheney. We had a chance to speak to him last night as we kind of walked around the pit area. And, man, there's a driver right there that obviously we can call Iceman because he never gets up, never gets down. He's just smooth as silk. Mm-hmm. And, damn, what a driver. But we got one race left.
Do you remember last race, round one? He got a flat on the first lap, and he drove the whole entire race. I mean, you got to do it for points. So
we're getting ready to go with our last heat race of the day. We're going to take a quick break and then come back with the mains. But here's our lineup real quick. Austin Vanover from Claremore, Oklahoma. He's in the number 2. The number 15 of Cody Martin from Collierville, Tennessee. The number 3 spot will be the 17 of Corey Willis from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Blue Ridge is the home of Kobe Caraway in the 18, and the green is out. We're underway.
And that looks like Kyle Cheney is in that number 1 position already off the line. Scotty Champion is in 2nd position. He was our winner last round, 2nd points last year.
Kanan Baker's out there as well from Owasso, Oklahoma, the 21. 30 of Zach Beavers from Albee, Texas. Yemassee, South Carolina is a home for Jeb Boodle in the 41. Gage Hughes from Ozark, Missouri in the 45. Green flag is out for the second wave, and look at that dust being kicked up.
You definitely have to be careful right there. And if you'll notice a difference, Kobe Caraway is the only single-seat Can-Am out there. He has had that built, and it is an awesome-looking car, but he is the only single-seat Can-Am out on race course.
Also, we got the 53 of Randy Clifton from Benton, Arkansas on the track. Queens Creek, Arizona is a home for the 64 of Robert Van Beekum. Ryan Tewksbury from Colleyville, Texas in the 81. Alan Corbin from Salome, Arkansas in the 84. And the third wave is off the track, off the green.
It's so dusty up on that corner right there. That's where they have to know the track and where their marks are because they want to make sure they don't miss them.
And we still have Mitchell Huddleston from Weatherford, Texas in the 124. Scott Champion in the 184 from Fort Worth. We got the 191 of Kyle Cheney pulling the whole shot in the first wave. Zach Smith is out there in the Claremore, Oklahoma's 221. The 260 of Hunter Davidson. The 704 of Daniel Kelly. Ray Barnes in the 717. Mike Park in the 904. And Jack Letourneau from Lindstrom, Minnesota in the 979.
And look at the screen. There's dust all over the place, but right now physically out on course in first position is Kyle Cheney with Scotty Champion in that number 2 spot. They will be coming through right now here shortly on the Raceline Bridge through the start-finish line. We'll see what their times are going to be. But there is already quite a gap. But here's Kyle Cheney, just made it through.
He's not hanging it out. He's keeping it nice and straight and smooth. There's just something about that car that just looks so much different than everybody else as far as the handling goes.
Yes.
The shock setups.
And Scotty Champion just went through with a 2.769 second gap between him and Kyle Cheney.
So keep an eye on that.
They are doing 5 laps. So everybody else today has been doing 4 laps, but they will be doing 5 laps out there today on course.
I didn't think I'd be able to pick it out that fast, but we talked about that cage.
That's number 38.
That really low-profile cage on that black and white car. I forget who the driver is, but we looked at that last night, and, man, that thing is so Star Trek-ish look. Be coming around the start-finish line any moment now. Here we come.
That is the 17 of Corey Willis in that black and white
this one right here with that laid down.
Oh, that one, the number 21. That one is Kanan Baker.
There you go. Yeah, Kanan Baker. I love the look of that car.
Now, he already raced earlier. He's the one who came through with the flat tire in the Pro NA class.
He's got to be pretty skinny, too, which he is, but he's got to be really skinny to get inside that window area.
Yeah, I haven't met him. I met his dad, but I have not met him yet.
Oh, left rear flat tire on the car coming off the track. That is the 64.
Number 64 of Robert Van Beekum.
Man, he cannot catch a break.
No, he had a flat tire earlier as well.
Yeah.
He needs to avoid that.
He had 2 new tires in his entire inventory last night.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Tires are an issue for people to get right now.
Well, look how many flat tires we had pulling off the track in practice.
I know. It's a lot. I'm not
So-
quite sure who that is pulled off right here, but on screen you can see they are hitting the tabletop jump as we speak.
Oh, they're clearing it, no problem. There was Cheney right there. Oh, and he's pulled
that
out.
Actually, is Cheney's right here. The 81
Oh, yeah,
of
you're
Ryan
right.
Tewksbury was who you saw on the tabletop jump.
So what's the time gap now? What would you say it was, 2.6 last time?
Yes, I did. Let's see what it comes up as. It's a 4.001 second gap between Kyle Cheney and Scotty Champion at this time.
You know, Champion, why? I mean, look at the gap he's got back to third. Why go any faster than what you have to now?
Yeah, and
for, 2 starting spots?
There's Ryan Tewksbury just went through. The number 84, that is Alan Corbin. He just went through start-finish line. So remember, these guys are doing 5 laps in this race, in their heat race. Then they're going to be going into 6 laps for their main event.
No, out there, it looks like this, so they're really stretched out. But keep in mind, there was 3 different ways of cars going off the line. So
Right.
that kind of, they're racing for placement, starting position.
Exactly.
Which sounded complicated when we tried to explain it earlier in the day. But it'll make sense when you see him on the line for their main event. Gosh, I love the look of that car.
It's so stealth-like. It's like the Starship.
First thing I asked him last
night. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Starship?
Yeah.
That's not what I'm thinking of.
Oh, yellow. Oh, we got a car.
Oh, look at all 4 of them coming down that hill
Yeah,
right
there's a
there.
yellow
You
out.
have Kobe Caraway.
There's a yellow.
Kanan Baker. The bright all yellow one. I'm not sure who that is.
But they were all together. I mean, they're all together. They bunched up real tight right at the first yellow flag, which is at the top of the hill, where they're coming out of the corner on the left-hand turn, as there's a car at the bottom of the hill just past the right-hand side.
Yeah, it looks like they broke something in their right front. That looks like that's where they're looking at. They'll have to get them towed off race course.
Yeah, and it's so steep right there, there's no way that they could just drive forward off the course.
So on screen here, it looks like they're kind of spreading out a little bit, but they're all in that rhythm section right now. Right here, it's a big sweeping left-hand turn. They'll go into a step up.
There's Cheney once again, a little bit bigger gap than it was in the last lap. Now, you're a former racer. I got to ask you, all right? You're Kyle Cheney. Do you go just as fast you have to at this point to maintain that top spot? Or do you just go right to the wood and see what this car can handle and taking notes for the race coming up in the main event?
Oh, wow, that was a nice rollover. Okay, so that where he just rolled over, that's actually a very tricky section. I'll get to your question in just a second. That section right there, you can either take the left-hand turn or the left-hand side of that, and it's actually kind of like a jump, but you have to check up because it goes into a tight left. Or the faster guys, what they've been doing is they've been using the bank, and that's what they've been making their turn with. But back to that question, if I'm Kyle Cheney and I'm out there on race course, I'm not going to let up. I'm going to stay on it. I'm not gonna give my spot up. I'll push it because you have time to go out and fix something that might happen to your car. So there's the number 15 of Cody Martin.
21 right behind, probably a second or so back.
21 is Kanan Baker. 704 of Daniel Kelly.
I asked his dad last night if he put that thing in the wind tunnel.
Oh gosh. There's Kobe Caraway. Looks like he might have a right
Yeah, he
rear
does.
flat.
Most definitely, yeah.
He's the one that's in the single seat Can-Am. It's a very awesome looking car. I believe that yellow car that we were wondering earlier, I'm pretty positive that is Austin Vanover in the all yellow Can-Am. That's a bummer for Kobe. So what he'll probably end up doing, I mean, everybody else has just been, finishing out the race, but that's having a flat tire like that. It makes you question how hard do you push it to try to keep your spot, or not your spot, but
there's a white flag.
White flag out for Kyle Cheney.
Yep.
But then again, if you
Were
get
they
a
running
flat, if you wrap around and brake lines.
Are they running too low tire pressure? They're all running beadlocks.
Yeah.
Are they running too low of tire pressure? That's the other thing we never thought of. We're thinking rocks are doing it, maybe
Right.
abrasive,
All right.
abrasive dirt, but what if they're running too low tire pressure?
It could be. So Scotty Champion is now 8.205
Yeah.
seconds behind Kyle Cheney. But they both just got the white flag. And coming through, getting the white flag behind them. Let's see who's going to be in that number 3 spot.
Just look at that guy. It doesn't look like a side-by-side or a UTV of any kind. Off in the distance. That's Star Wars action right there.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't think of what it was called, though.
Stormtroopers behind the wheel of that thing. He needs to get a white fire suit with a white helmet now.
Alan Corbin, the 84, and
You know,
the 38 of Zach Beavers just went through.
One of those Simpson, white Simpson Stormtrooper helmet. Yeah.
I have one.
I did. But yeah, can you imagine a white fire suit with a Stormtrooper helmet in that thing?
Yeah,
oh, hell
right?
yeah.
That's a good battle going on, though, between Cody Martin and Kanan Baker. Both very competitive. Now, if you remember correctly, Cody Martin last year.
Oh, that was
or last race,
last
I'm
race,
sorry,
yeah, last
one.
round.
He was unfortunate and wrecked. He had to work hard to get his car back together for this race. It was pretty.
Oh, they just hopped tires.
I just saw that.
Well, left front and right rear, yeah.
And that's on screen, so you would have seen that. They are now in that rhythm section.
Whoa, that was close. Luckily, they were both going straight and not in the turn.
Exactly. The 41 of Jeb Boodle just came through. He's on his last lap. Ooh, that sounds not very good for Kyle Cheney. His car sounded a little funky just now, but he just now came across and took that checkered flag.
Well, it sounds fine to me.
I heard a noise, but he came through kind of quiet. But we're going to catch him coming through here so we can get an interview. Scotty Champion just came through with a 9.759 seconds behind Kyle Cheney. So he was our winner at round 1. He was second place in points last season. He's definitely trying to go for that championship as well. And coming
oh, boy, here we go. Lap traffic. They're racing for position right there, side by side off the tabletop.
And that's Cody Martin right there. And Cody Martin and Kanan Baker. You battle it till the end. You don't let up. You stay on it.
That one starting spot could mean everything.
Exactly. So Ryan Tewksbury's in that number 3 spot. We have Austin Vanover who came through.
Yep, and he'll hang on to the spot barely as they cross the line.
Oh, they like race into the finish like we were just talking about.
Martin, when one guy's out there and he's just blasted by you, all of a sudden your ego kicks in and go, okay, you know what? You're not going to make it look that easy. I'm coming back at you.
And Kanan Baker is only 14 years old.
Well, there you go.
No fear.
Yeah, exactly.
No fear at all. That was a great finish to the heat race, though, for sure. So the number 17 right there of Corey Willis also just came through. But so Ryan Tewksbury, who came through in that 3rd position, he actually is with Cheney. So they are pitted together. They were pitted together round 1. So they are a team within each other. And here they are 1 and 3. All right.
Well, it sounds like Tiffany has Cheney trackside already. Tiffany, who do you have?
All right, Kyle, that was a nice run. You pretty much had clean air out there, and coming out and seeing exactly what you can do. How are you feeling right now?
Man, really good. My Can-Am Evo Tune car really launched off the line. That really helped getting clean air, getting out in front of the other guys in my group. And, I got a good lead early, and I think Scott just laid back. He figured that I was too far out and probably didn't want to tear up his car or my car for the main. That way we have a good main race. But it was awesome. Looking forward to all the fast guys in the main.
Well, we keep talking about the dust, and obviously the dust is getting a little bit more dustier out there. Wind is still picking up, though. Obviously, you definitely want to be out front. But if that doesn't happen for you, how's that going to change the game plan going into the main?
I have a good gate pick, so I don't think, as long as I don't get taken out in that first turn, I think we'll be good, even if we're not out front. I've been practicing my passing for the last, I'm not going to tell you my age, but for the last few years, so I'm pretty comfortable passing, and I'd almost rather be, second, third, so I can see the other guys' pace and stuff and see what I got to do.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you guys in the main. And like Kyle said, sometimes he likes to be second or third. He can kind of see what everybody's doing, but not at the end of the race, though. He just wanted to make sure I put that out there. But back up to you guys.
All right, here we are with my man, Chad Mayo. Dude, I was coming down the road a minute ago, and I saw you getting towed in. What happened?
Unfortunately, that was my fault. I had a lot of work last night that I did on the car, and apparently I left something loose. but I got it fixed and went back out for practice. I put in about 8 reasonably good laps. Unfortunately, I wound up punching a hole in the wheel. So right now we're gonna get that fixed and head out again.
Nice, dude. Hey, is it true you drove like 3,600 miles this week in 2 days to get your car ready for this weekend?
Well, actually it was 2,200, but I did do 36 hours worth of driving in 3 days, and that's what you got to do in between round 1 and round 2 when you own a business and hardly ever have time.
Well, let's hope in the race tomorrow you don't get a flat and you put this Team 360 car up on the podium. Looking forward to watching it, dude.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Coming together.
The layout, the jumps, everything's fun. You just go out there and run wide open and have a good time.
And talking about that, you've got a stacked field, especially with the Pro Turbos. And talking about that, some great drivers out there. What's the game plan heading into the main?
Game plan is to repeat exactly what I just did, and that's grab a whole shot and never look back.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you, Zach. I'm going to let you get back out there. Hoping to chat with you towards the end as well. Like we said, you've got a stacked field.
Absolutely. We'll be back up here.
Awesome. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Tiffany. So we are going to actually take a quick break before we come back to live racing action here.
Main events from this point on. 2 o'clock racing action. We're going back live at 1:50, so tune in at 1:50. We got a lot to talk about before these main events.
Yes, we do.
Racing's at 2 o'clock. We'll be coming back at you then. Everybody grab something to eat, something to drink, then come on back to your laptops, your TVs, grab a chair, grab that comfortable sofa, and we'll see you then.
Ready for any challenge. Max's tires can handle even the most punishing off-road conditions. Max's tires tread victoriously.